Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah. Yeah. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah.
Gonbawa friends, and welcome back to another edition of Otalku Cafe. We lost a legend. Awards season is over. We are 75% done with winter.
Our awards are almost here.
Yep. Our awards are going to come up soon. I am Matt, your CEO and head chef, and to join me, my co-high, my other CEO, Ethan. How you doing, buddy?
Gokikenyo minasama, daijoubu desu ka?
Well, it's Daijobu for a lot of people. Maybe not in the anime world. We will get to that later.
Indeed.
Yeah, but yeah, we
It's
definitely
still
got
daylight savings time. Look at this shit.
I know it's
light in my background. How about that?
There we go. It's about to get dark soon. So,
for those who believe I record in a shed, no, I don't. Clearly.
No shed here. You were able to pick up Chain Soldier.
I did. I binged that motherfucker yesterday.
So we're gonna talk about that later. That will now be a shared thing.
For 3 weeks.
Yep. We got a couple of news. We're gonna get right to it because we have a lot to talk about.
As always, don't we? And I'm here, so that means that we get to extend it with bullshit.
Yay! Yay!
Yo, you gotta be like the animes. Yay! Yatta!
No, I'm not.
Come on, put some.
No. Let's just get to it.
I need the fucking thing that you have, the little receiver button, so I could fucking play the animated fucking things for you.
Well, I've been sending Starman some audio clips. I'm waiting for him to send me the file of it so I can put it on my soundboards.
Word.
I got a couple.
All right, buddy, let's go.
I've been killing slimes for 300 years is getting a season 2 in 2025.
I passed on that the first go around.
I did too. Well, I didn't care for it. Is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? Is getting a season 5.
I saw the visual for that. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's coming out in fall 2024. Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc is official for May 12th. Just like My Hero Academia Season 7 is going to start a month late.
That's kind of fucked.
It's a very short season, so it should be, unless they're going to milk it to 12 episodes.
So you think it's going to be like 8?
It fucking should be. This should have been a movie or a special, yeah. Like
it really probably should have been a movie, right?
Yeah, it was the same chapters as the Infinite Train, the train arc. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, like 6 chapters or so. Yeah.
Should have just done They should have just done.
Yeah, they're gonna drag it out. They're going to drag this shit out.
All for the money, bastards.
We got to have money.
Y'all rat bastards.
Yes. What else has happened here? Oh, that's another passage. That's a shame. We'll get to that later. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows announces a TV anime. It is a webtoon that's going to get an adaptation. The Blue Lock movie is premiering in Japan on April 19th, which is going to focus on Nagi. So I am fucking excited for that. Dan the Dan will be official for streaming on Crunchyroll and Netflix.
I know Chris and Starman were just recently talking about that like a couple months ago. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Now saying I'm having trouble streaming on.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's why I raised my eyebrow. But now you aren't. But now you are. It's quirky.
Weird. All right, now I'm live. Also, on Sunday, The Boy and the Heron won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature Film.
I'm gonna let you finish, Matt, but I just want to let you know that it should have been Spider-Man, the one that.
No, I agree. It should have been fucking Spider-Man. It really should have been Spider-Man.
I didn't even watch Spider-Man because I've just never been into the Miles Morales idea. I'm just used to white Peter Parker, so it's like, yay, I get representation. But I've always.
But you know what? If it had to be anyone, I guess if I'd lose to that. But
Angel made a good joke. It's the Lifetime Achievement Award for Miyazaki.
Yeah, pretty much. If you get down to it, Sakuna of Rice in Ruin anime is in the works. Is based on the action role-playing game. Call the Night season 2 officially confirmed. I am happy for that. Yeah.
Yes. Both. I think everybody here at the cafe is super.
Yeah, let's go. I'm fucking ready. Fairy Tail is returning for the 100 Years Quest arc and is actually coming out in July 2024. For the people, I know Starman was happy about that. What?
So desu.
Yes. God App Season 2 is official for October 2024.
Chris is happy about that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, all right, good.
Jellyfish Don't Swim at Night is official for High Dive in the spring season for their new original anime.
Do they actually not swim at night?
Jellyfish that do not swim. I gotta read the. I gotta look at the official title again.
No, I was literally asking: is that actually factually true that jellyfish don't swim at night? Hey Google, do jellyfish swim at nighttime?
On the website civilbeat.org, they say, researchers found that the creatures swim toward shore on the nights in the lunar cycle when there's an especially long period between twilight and moonrise, and that they do so in order to spawn. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
So they don't swim because they're fucking. Okay.
Wow, we have 17 viewers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to say nothing. I'm like, oh, Elon's bots, and they're all mostly from.
Yeah, so they're probably bots
from the W2M. Yeah, so Elon's bots. How about that?
Yes.
Welcome to the show. If you're a new viewer, guys.
Yes. If you are one.
If you are one.
Yes.
If you're not,
Rooster Teeth is officially shutting down from Warner Bros. Discovery. This is the studio that made Red vs. Blue, Ruby, and after 21 years, it is finally shutting down. Who knows who's going to pick it up? Those are also the people that have made Death Battle.
I enjoyed the last season of Ruby. You saw the previous Rubies and you didn't like it. I saw a couple episodes of the previous Rubies and I was like, this is trash. But the new one that they did over last year was, I believe it was, or 2 years ago. I thought it was really well done.
Right. What else do we have? I'll Become a Villainous that will go down in history is official for October 2024. Yeah, too many villainesses.
It's anime, bro.
I know. It's the new trope we are going to get. The Old Man Who Was Reincarnated as a Cat is official for fall 2024. My Dear Friend Nokotan is official for summer 2024.
This is annoying. Damn it.
And so is Shy Season 2. That also comes out for summer 2024.
Is that literally the name of it? Shy? I had asked the question and everyone just ignored
it. It's a superhero anime.
Okay.
Yes.
Naruto.
Yep. And on the previous Saturday, Anime Trending had their 10th annual Anime Trending Awards. So we had the winners. I actually watched this live. I was doing a play-by-play in our Facebook group chat.
Yeah, I was at the club.
Yep. So we are going to read them on the air right now.
Yeah.
Yay. Drama of the Year, Oshinoko.
Makes sense.
Comedy of the year, Mashal, Magic and Muscles.
I'm okay with that.
I was surprised, but I am happy.
Who did you have?
No, that was my comedy of the year.
Oh, who did you think was going to win?
Probably. I don't fucking know. I forgot who the nominees were.
Clearly, they weren't that important if you didn't see that.
Yeah. Sports anime of the year, Blue Lock.
Okay.
Sci-fi or mecha anime of the year, Dr. Stone, New World. That surprised me. I thought they were going to give it to Gundam.
Hey, what do I say about Dr. Stone? It is quintessential. Sorry, science. There's no reason to not vote it a science anime of the year if it doesn't have actual science in it. It's always my go-to. Anytime there's a Dr. Stone season, it will always win science of the year for me of the season. Sorry, not sorry.
Mystery or psychological, Heavenly Delusion.
With it.
Music of the year, Blue Orchestra, that we didn't get. So that upset me.
It is. It's kind of a disappointment for real, honestly, because I feel like we.
I really was looking forward to
the shit out of it, and I think Starman would have enjoyed the shit out of it too, since he's more musical than all of us combined.
Right. Romance anime, My Happy Marriage.
Not, I kind of went with what you guys said. It's not really a romance anime.
Like the romance kind of stopped being the focus the second half. That was the issue.
Yeah, it became a supernatural.
Yeah. Fantasy, Eminence Shadow.
Okay.
Action or adventure, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Makes sense.
Supernatural, Heavenly Delusion.
With it.
Slice of Life, Spy Family Season 2.
Not with it.
Best episode. Heavenly Delusion Episode 8. Episode was called Their Choices.
And then you said that I asked you if that was the one that triggered animated where you had what's her face going through the ice, and you were like, nope, that's the one where the homeboy fucking shot himself in the head.
Yep.
I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was really hoping that went to Finland, but that was not the case.
Psych.
I was like, it was second. I was like, oh, come on.
No love for Thorfinn and Einar.
No,
supposed to be Einar.
They only got one award. One. I was like, you're kidding me. Character design, Oshinoko. Best visuals, Heavenly Delusion.
Okay.
Best animation, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Thanks, Mappa.
Yep. Now pay your employees better. Best soundtrack, Vinland Saga Season 2.
There's the one award.
Yep, the only award. It's okay. I still got more than Mushoku Tensei, who got nothing.
Hey, when it really boils down to it, what is it?
Small
really
victories.
It's the little things that make Matt happy.
Best voice cast, Oshinoko.
Okay.
Best adapted screenplay, Oshinoko.
Yeah, they fucking dominated this season.
Yeah. This and Heavenly Delusion were like the top two.
Very interesting.
Yep. Best original screenplay, Buddy Daddies. I'm okay with that.
I'm with it.
Best voice actress, Reina Ueda for My Happy Marriage for voicing Mio.
That's it.
Yep.
Can when it comes to VA awards, should it be one stellar performance, which I don't think she was, she was great, but I wouldn't count that as like, or should it count more for range and diversity?
I would say for the actual lineup, but they're going by one.
I guess.
I guess.
Best
male voice actor, Seichiro Yamashita for Sid in Eminence and Shadow.
It will always be the guy who plays house husband. Always. Forever best male voice actor.
Yeah, but they got it they played the I Am Atomic clip for him. So like, okay, I can say it. All right, fine.
I am Atomic.
Best ED, Red Birthmark from Gundam Witch of Mercury.
I don't mind.
I was surprised, but cool. This one was a default best OP idol for Oshinoko. That had to win.
Yeah. I mean, it was made by
otherwise they would have flipped out.
Oh yeah, I gotta imagine. So.
Yep. Best supporting girl, Kana from Oshinoko.
Bullshit.
Stop it.
Bullshit.
You just don't like her.
Give me my nominees if you have them.
I gotta look for them. Supporting boy, Guel from
Major bullshit. Major bullshit.
Couple of the Year, Ichikawa and Yamada from Dangers in My Heart.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that you know what? I will take it.
Omedetou gozaimasu.
Best girl, Kana from Oshinoko.
Bullshit.
Stop it.
Bullshit.
Best boy, Guel. So the first time ever, both characters won supporting and main at the same time. This has never happened.
And it shouldn't have happened.
I'm guessing that's why they did it. That's why people voted for it.
Why did people vote for Guel? Because he killed his dad.
I like Guel, don't get me wrong, but I would not call him the best main boys.
Fuck no.
No.
Not a chance.
I gotta look at that top 5 in a bit.
Ass.
Movie. Movie of the year. Tunnel of Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes.
You guys didn't like the incest. Not incest, I'm sorry. Age play. Sorry.
Yeah. And the top anime of the year, 5th place, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
4th place, Dangers in My Heart.
Congrats.
3rd place, Vinland Saga Season 2.
Matt's mad.
2nd place, Oshinoko.
Okay.
And 1st place, Heavenly Delusion.
Very interesting.
So 3 of my top 5 made it on their top 5, so I'll take it.
Oh, well, aren't you the luckiest son of a bitch ever?
I was the lucky one.
But I'm gonna need mine.
All right, here's I found the top 10 best boys.
All right, give it to me.
Rudy was 10th place with 4,685 votes. Kyoka, 9th place with 4,716 votes.
He was one of my choices. Given
Lloyd with 4,880 votes.
Not with it.
Gojo Satoru, 5,237 votes. Torfin, 5,682 votes.
What did he do, Matt?
Yeah. Ichikawa, 5th place, 5,921 votes.
This bullshit. He should be higher.
Rentaro, 6,292 votes.
You fucking virgins. That's the only thing you can say is you fucking virgins that wanted to fuck your girlfriend's mom. You're jealous, and that's why you voted him.
Yes.
You lived your dream.
3rd place was Aqua, 6,417 votes.
Would have been one of my choices.
Yep, it was one of mine. Sid, 2nd place, 7,110 votes.
I am a stomach.
And 1st place, Guel, 7,195 votes.
Who the fuck votes for Guel? Who?
They did.
What demographic voted for Guel?
I wish I knew.
But he doesn't fit a demographic. He's not like what? Because he's good looking. Is that it?
I get it. He stepped up, but I would say
daddy issue people that voted for him.
Yes.
Is it like hairstylist people?
Everyone wished they killed their dad.
What the fuck?
I
know you wanted to kill your stepdad, but goddamn, did you vote for him?
Yeah, for the anime of the year, Mushoku Tensei number 10. 2,874 votes.
It's wild. Hey, to be fair, I had it in my top 10 before you guys fucking knocked it down.
Yeah.
I had it, I think, at like 6 before I settled at like 13. Or
number 9, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Loved You. 3,200 votes. 8th place, Emerson Shadow, 3,692 votes. 7th place, Angel Next Door.
Woo!
3,976 votes.
I love it. Even though I voted mine really low.
6th place, My Happy Marriage with 4,759 votes. Then Jujutsu Kaisen, 5,368 votes. Dangers, 5,970 votes. Vinland Saga, 6,055 votes. Oshinoko, 6,132 votes. And Heavenly Illusion, 6,291 votes. And dead last from the out of 17 was Hell's Paradise.
Wow. What was voted above it? Don't give me the votes. Just give me the titles.
I gotta look at the full list, but it's not on here right now. But I was like, wow.
Damn.
I was like, my goodness.
Tell you what, Bobby.
Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna look on their other page, see if they actually posted them. I highly doubt it.
Take your time, Matt. I've got all day.
No, they did not. They didn't post the rest of the chart, and I don't want to go on their website to check later. But we'll do it later.
That is.
But my goodness. But congrats to Heavenly Delusion. Great anime.
Damn, AOT Finale didn't make it. Revengers didn't make it. Trigun didn't make it.
Attack on Titan was on the wild card, and that wasn't voted. Trigun didn't make anything because it got low votes on everything except for. Okay, that was one. That was one of the ones on Sci-Fi. Trigun.
Fuck you guys for not
Yep.
voting Trigun. You fucking bastards.
Yep.
I mean, like the original better. I like the fact that your mom should have swallowed you. How about that, bitch?
And now for the last bit of news.
Not so fun.
Legendary mangaka, animator, whatever you want to call him.
Goat.
Creator of Dragon Ball. What?
I called him Goat.
He is the GOAT. One of the GOATs. Akira Toriyama passed away.
At age 68.
Yep.
Due to a
Brain
subdural
hemorrhage
hematoma.
or brain tumor, as people are saying.
Was it a brain? I mean, I made the joke because of Shibata.
Yeah.
I was like, what did he have? But in all seriousness.
No, he is the creator of the Dragon Ball franchise, did designs for Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest. He had 2 shows coming up, Sandland and the new Dragon Ball spinoff.
And he was constantly putting out super anime. What's it called? Not anime, manga pieces every month.
What you call it? Since the movie was the Dragon Ball Evolution, it was so bad is what made him bring back Dragon Ball Super. That's why he made Battle of the Gods. He was like, this cannot be the last thing for Dragon Ball.
For real.
Yeah, I'm fucking glad he did because that was a sin.
Would concur, sir. Would concur.
Very, very fucking big sin. But no, he shaped up a lot of people's childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. Okay, with the games, the animes.
Inspired a lot of other mangaka. Yep.
Yep. Without that, there would be no One Piece. There would be no Naruto.
Mm-mm.
There'd be no a lot of anything. It even influenced Western culture. So don't even say it doesn't.
It is. No, Dragon Ball Z transcends everything that there is about modern anime. When you think about it, Dragon Ball Z was the premier show. That alongside what's it called? Sailor Moon on Toonami.
Yep.
Those are my earliest anime memories. Is coming home from 3rd grade, 4th grade, and
like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yep, from 4 to 5. You had Sailor Moon from 4 to 4:30, and you had Dragon Ball Z from 4:30 to 5.
Yep, and then later on they aired the original Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm. And no, it does though. Like to my point though, like they truly like when you ask and when you tell anybody about anime, it's obviously one of the very first ones. You're gonna know people. People are gonna say Naruto because of the Naruto run. People are gonna say fucking Dragon Ball Z because that's what the boys played, and a lot of the girls too, on the fucking jungle gyms and in the playgrounds.
Yep.
You played Dragon Ball Z. Everyone wanted to be Goku. Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha, Kaioken. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, man. One of the very first animes that truly transcended Western pop culture, no doubt. And I would say, to the emphasis that Toriyama is a legend is an understatement because of how much of an indelible mark he's left on the world with his writing and his drawings and things of that nature. So tough pill to swallow across the community.
Agreed. I'll definitely be watching his Dragon Ball spinoff in October.
Mm-hmm.
And his next show, Sandland, is coming out next week on Hulu.
Do you think that whoever's picking up the final pieces, do you think they're gonna do like Stan Lee did and Marvel did, where they had like Easter eggs? You think they'll do that for Toriyama? That'd be cool if they did.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
I think they want to just keep him, let him rest in peace type of ordeal.
I mean, it's not like he's
I don't
not
know.
rest in peace unless you bastardize whatever the fuck you're trying to tribute.
Right. But no, it was a shame because he was actually looking forward to seeing his next two creations.
I read a wild thing that literally the week before he died, he was supposed to accept some sort of lifetime achievement award at some award show in Japan.
That's fucking crazy.
Literally, like the show was, I think, on like from like March like 7th or 8th. They had something, and he died on the 1st, and they announced it basically on the March 7th. Officially, is when they announced that he had passed away.
Yeah, no, they kept this hidden for like a week.
Yeah, because I mean, you can imagine just the throngs of people that would have showed up and like supported them, and obviously the family, and as tradition with all like Japanese funerals and final resting arrangements, they like to keep things very low key. You have your friends and your family, you show up to the viewing ceremony, you say your prayers and your goodbyes, and then you get a second ceremony where you do the burial or whatever the case may be, and that's exclusively for family. And so you can only imagine like having like intimate friends and family in one location, and then you have like your intimate family only for that second location, and to have that be marred, you can say, by throngs and throngs of the thousands of fans across the world wanting to pay their respects. And quite frankly, as much as we love the anime community, there's a lot of fucking pieces of shit out there, and you can only imagine some of the fucking atrocious fucking things that may have occurred if you had allowed thousands and thousands of people to come to some sort of Toriyama event. So it makes sense from that standpoint. And I know they mentioned in the official statement from Toei Pictures that that they were going to have some sort of public memorial at some point later to be determined, and I can only imagine how beautiful that's going to be. So looking forward to seeing the images and video and pictures from that.
And Toonami will also be doing a Dragon Ball Z Kai marathon on Saturday, like midnight to like 6 a.m.
Nice.
Yep. So I know people are bitching about Kai's. Like Kai's actually what Toriyama kind of wanted.
Yeah, short, sweet, funny.
No filler. His actual like this like his type of dialogue.
Yeah.
Professional voice actors.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty crazy that the VA for Goku lived longer than fucking Toriyama. That woman's in her 80s. Holy fucking
I know.
It's dude.
Yeah, she led a big Kamehameha in tribute.
I saw that. That was very nice.
No, it was very lovely.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah. Also, Dragon Ball Z is very big in African American and South American.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it transcended pop culture across the world, especially in Western culture. I guess you can consider us. You can consider all that Mexico, South America. That's all West.
Yeah, it's like South America. Like they hosted like a stadium showing for the Tournament Power finale.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, so it was like, we got that. They done this. So if you guys could do that, because it's fucking huge there.
For fucking real, Chief. But it just dawned on me. I think because we mentioned Toriyama, I think that's why we have 24 viewers currently.
Maybe.
I
think no one's saying anything.
It's fine. You don't have to. You can just, watch them quiet and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, well, once we're done talking, we'll see what happens. We'll see if that number goes down.
Yeah, for real. As soon as we start talking about fucking Tales of Wedding Rings or some bullshit, just fucking comment.
Who knows?
Back for normal 4.
Who knows? We might do a special episode for Toriyama in the future, but for now, rest in peace, Toriyama.
Hi.
We will miss you. Your work will live on forever.
It will.
Biggest influence.
May you enjoy your time in what did they call it in Dragon Ball Z? Fuck the next world. It
depends on if it's Ocean Dub, it's like the next dimension. What is it? The afterlife? Not Hiffle. He's not in Hiffle.
No.
Hope for infinite losers.
Oh my god. Hopefully he's with King Kai training on being Super Saiyan mangaka.
Yep, I'm pretty sure he made King Yam already.
Yep, I'm sure he has.
But let's get to reviews. We've been doing the half hour talk about news, awards, and Toriyama.
It's all valid content.
It is. No, I agree. It's definitely all 100% valid content. Like I said, I might do a secret menu for Toriyama while reviewing his Sandland first 7 episodes, because that's basically the movie broken 7 parts. So we'll see. Comes out next week. It was on my list anyway, but I'm definitely going to check it out. So yeah, because I'm off next Wednesday.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? We have some reviews, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Alrighty, go ahead.
What am I starting with? What am I doing? Each knee.
Or are you out of a solo?
No, I'm fucking. Actually, you know something? While I look at my solos, you get to go first because now I have more solos than you because I started fucking Chain Soldier. So you go first, Matt.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Butchigiri.
All right.
This is growing. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually growing on me.
After you talk so much shit for half the season,
It's fucking stupid. But if you just accept it as that, it's fine. It is fine.
I'm getting dumber every time I watch this show, but damn, it's good.
But I got fucking pro wrestling last week. It's like,
Hey, that's how I thought about watching Chain Soldier. Seeing fucking Shushu. Oh
Yeah.
my god, not Shushu. What's her face? Sahara.
oh yeah, right.
Sahara. She's fucking Joshi
No, I mean
Pro.
like no. We have one fucking guy pulling Yuji Nagata moves, did the armbar, the backdrop, and did his taunts
That's fucking
as a victory.
It's fucking great. Fucking eyes
It's
roll back the back of
fucking
your head.
Yeah. It's about Madakara mostly, the other main character that's not Arujin. He set up a party because his brother's coming out of juvie, so he asked Arujin if he could borrow his family's restaurant for the party.
Uh-huh.
Like, sure, okay. Like he's like, I guess, but Arujin is still like brushing off Madakara. It's like why be the dick to him? He was like your friend as a kid. He didn't do anything wrong to you. But Madakara, he saw Akutaro getting jumped. So Madakara helped him out. And then Akutaro was talking about the secret of the shrine. He doesn't say what yet, though, but he's saying, your friend Arji knows something about it. But Arji's not going to say anything, obviously. We get to the party. Madakara goes to the juvie to pick up his brother. It's past the time. He doesn't show up. So I was like, what the fuck happened? So the guard told him that the day of he was going to get released, he got stabbed for trying to break up a fight.
Sounds like real life to me.
Yep. So it turns out he might not make it. He might not be alive. But goddamn, he just wanted to see his brother one more time. He just wanted to hang out with his brother. Welcome him home.
Hi.
So everyone, all the delinquents, all the gangs, they were at that restaurant waiting for him. Nothing. Like, oh well, I guess we all got stood up. What the shit? Madakara, he's like very upset about this. Obviously, why wouldn't he? He finally talks to Arujin, or tries to, and he sees that little silver dot, like a bullet, like a bullet, like the end of a bullet on his head. And he touched it, and the fucking genie, that was Arjun Sende, he popped out. Freaked out Madakara. He's like, what the fuck was that, basically? Madakara talks to Arjun, saying he saw it, and then Arjun says, you know what, like, all right, I'm going to come clean. I'm not a strong guy. I'm a fucking pussy. I just want to get laid.
Those things don't go together. Being a bitch and wanting to get pussy doesn't
yeah, from the only girl in the show who wants nothing to do with him.
Gee, I wonder why.
No, she only has the house for her brother.
Fuck.
Yeah, no. So he's like, yeah, like I'm a weakling. That's not my strength. You're wrong about me. Madakara's like, you're just lying to me. You're making all that up. And then he couldn't accept the reality. Madakara ran away. He was at the shrine. Akutaro was like, oh, he told you. So now you're gonna see what I see. So he grabs the gun that's in the shrine. He shoots it against the wall, and it ricocheted and shot Madakara in the chest. And now he gets his own special genie type of thing. That was the cliffhanger there. End episode. So okay. We got like 4 more episodes. It's gonna end in the first week of April.
Oof.
Yeah. So yeah, it started late, and they got a recap on top of it. So.
Oofa.
Yeah. So we got that double whammy.
Double Mama Whopper combo. Just the
Yeah,
double
not that type of combo. Now 7-time loop. Rishi got caught in trying to go undercover to to fight with the Male Knights. Because Arnold decided to show up and he just stares at her like it just pins her against the wall. What the fuck are you doing? It's like, oh, what are you talking about? It's like, tell me the truth. And then she had blurred out the truth. Like, see, was that so hard? But no, it's about how basically she wanted to fight for the coils and not Glacan invading it. Basically didn't want war to happen because every time war happens, she dies. In all those previous lives, she has died. Hell, Arnold is one of them is one of the ones that killed her. But what you call it? Rishi talks to Mikao, her the doctor who was also her sensei in one of her past lives, and basically talks about what did you do type of thing, and Mikao is this harbinger of death because he created this black powder.
Oh, so drugs.
I don't know. I don't know. If it was their equivalent to gunpowder. So basically, guns are being invented in this world. The
world needs more guns, doesn't it, Matt?
Yeah. So basically, he's making gunpowder.
Are they in America? America.
No, not no America.
Not no America. God dang it.
And basically, he doesn't give a fuck who he sells it to. Just, I get paid, bitch.
So he's an arms dealer in essence.
No, I'll sell the powder. Whoever wants it. I just want money. They can make cannons. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. I don't give a shit anymore. I just want money.
Sounds like pure American
Rishi is going to have to stop her old sensei. So can Mikhail be stopped? And before Arnold rages war as his Mad Emperor, and will he kill her again? Who knows?
We shall find out on the next episode of 7th Time Loop.
So, but I was like, what the shit? Delicious in dungeon. They made it to. They're on their way to the 5th floor, and there's down where the orc told them to go to for the rendezvous. There's vines and frogs, and these frogs basically saying, "Fuck your sword, fuck your magic wand is going down below."
Okay.
And with the vines, it's booby trap too. So if we make a wrong step or touch the wrong thing, you'll get a fucking pike in your skull.
Eek.
Right?
Ooh. Okay, they're in Vietnam.
But what you call it? For some reason, the frog skin is okay with the vines. It won't get hurt.
Nah.
So when Marcel was tangling with one of the frogs, the pike stabbed the frog in the head. and Laos and Senshi were like, let's cut it open. We're gonna have the frog meat for later to eat.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me they did some 3rd grade experiment, when you had to cut the frog open to dissect
No,
it.
they dissected it. They took the frog meat, and for the skin, they put it on themselves like a suit. Okay, they're me for we just have these on and we just go down, no problem. Marcel doesn't want to do it, and then Lau's like, I bet you would look cute in it.
Wow.
And she's reluctant, and of course she eventually puts her on. I was like, I fucking hate it. I hate it. But they go down.
Got it.
But they go down. They get the sword staff back. They're finally at the 5th floor where the red dragon is apparently supposed to be. So time's running out to kill the red dragon to save the sister from being digested. They make their little frog meal, fried frog and all this. They're getting nervous. As they're eating, they hear the dragon's roar.
Roar.
It's time to fight the dragon. So we get the cliffhanger on. It's time. There's no empty stomachs. We have a plan. Let's go. So we're gonna get that fight in the next episode. I am excited.
All right.
Mashal. I won't get too much into it because I know you're going to be watching it
At some point, one day, yes.
or you'll eventually finish it.
I will. No, I will definitely finish it.
Yeah,
I started.
Wahlberg. Yeah, Wahlberg is confronted Innocent Zero. It's time for that. Before they can fight, though, Innocent Zero summons the corpse of their old master, Adams. Is like, shit. So, and he still has his magical abilities, but one of Innocent Zero's vessels is controlling it like a puppet. So Wahlberg's got to figure that out. Then we get to Cell versus Mash. Cell brings stuff up, basically.
Or imperfect Cell.
No, not perfect Cell. Yeah, Cell brings up to Mash. Like, oh yeah, this is why Innocent Zero wants you, because he created 6 people to combine them to create the perfect being. His humans, like his full form.
So that is perfect Cell. He's got a full form, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, Cell's not it though. Cell's one of the vessels too.
Okay.
Or is a Zero. Then Mash is like, this is heavy. I'm gonna take a nap. It's like, what the fuck you doing?
Oh my god.
But he eventually wakes up, and Mash has this best ability. Cream puff party. He's like, shoo, cream a party. Like, he has this giant cream puff. It opens up. There's multiple cream puffs. So he grabs one, stuffs it in Cell's mouth, keep choking him with all these cream puffs while saying, shoo, cream a party. He's fucking joking. And apparently that was all in his head. But in real life, he's giving the fucking cookie a clutch. He's fucking foaming bubbles. He's actually...
So Mash knows illusion magic. Okay.
Yeah, so he's choking the life out of it. I was like, yes.
Oh my god.
But
you should tag Samoa Joe's Twitter.
What?
You should tag Samoa Joe's Twitter.
Yes. If I can find that clip, I'll tag him. Here you go. You're influenced.
Yeah, you're influenced. There you go.
All right. Last one. Classman the Elite. I just watched this. Fucking great. It's time for the final exam with Ayana Koji and Saki Nagari. Basically, it's a best of 7 with different subjects. They pick 5 from each of them, and it's all chosen at random.
Okay.
And they went for all of these. First one was basketball. Class C won that one.
Okay.
Okay, cool. One is advanced typing. So, for that, basically, you gotta type correctly as fast as you can, all this stuff, without fucking up.
That's an actual test. That's an actual job, for IT. Yeah. For interim level IT, entry level IT, you have to basically give you a thing, and you have to start typing the words, and then progressively, you have to type as much as you can over the course of a minute, and progressively the words get faster. So you'll be the brown dog went to the bathroom, and it went to eat the mailman afterwards, and after he ate the mailman, he went to go eat his food, and after the food he went to, and you have to type it in within 60 seconds.
Yeah, fucking weird.
Yeah.
Next one was English. I forgot because these went by they flew by these parts.
Sure.
One was archery. Cool.
Yep.
And the second to last one was mental math.
That sounds like
so basically numbers would pop up very rapidly. You have to memorize them and write them down, or what does it equal to, basically. And the fucking Koenji does nothing. He's just sitting there.
Fuck all.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Fuck all is what I'm doing.
No, he's apparently advanced at everything, but only chooses when to do them. If it benefits him, he'll do it. If it doesn't, does not care if the class goes down.
Savage.
Yep. And he decided to not do that.
Fuck your class.
So they are tied 3-3, and game 6 is chess.
Ooh.
So Horikita represents Class C. I forgot the other guy for Class A. And Ayana Koji and Saki Nagani, they can only participate. They can only give them hints if they choose to. So for half the game, they don't.
Sure.
Saki Nagani, she eventually starts to. And we get a flashback as like she's been fascinated with Ayana Koji since she met him at the White Room playing chess. And basically her father like promised me like don't be like these people like forced and intelligence type of thing, like it's not natural genetics type of thing. But Ayana Koji actually is that intelligent without all of that. It just helped them excel more. They're going back and forth. Yeah, Ayana Koji finally helps out with the chess. They're back and forth. Ayana Koji loses.
Ooh.
Time ran out in the 60-minute buzzer thing.
Ooh.
Lost time. And we find out what actually happened. The new principal, he changed Ayana Koji's move to make her put a different chess piece in. So fucked him up. Otherwise, he would have won. And Ayana Koji knew. He didn't say anything. He didn't. It didn't matter because he got the points that make him free from being expelled. He got the protection point, so it did not matter. So Saki Nagani is pissed off because basically that's not fair. You played us dirty. She wanted like a fair thing with him. So like, well, oh well.
Tough shit.
Basically. And Ayana Koji, Saki Nagani, they become friendly. Well, she becomes friendly with him. And the after credit, they actually play chess fair, like no computers or anything, just them. And of course, obviously, he won.
Of course.
Multiple times.
Of course.
But she's satisfied with it because it's actually them doing it. This is how I expected it to go. Great episode. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I thought for sure he was actually going to win, but he did. I was like, wow.
Plot twist.
Yeah, like, all because the fucking director guy fucked them over.
Paradigm shift.
Basically. That's it.
All right. I'll start off with Ragnar Crimson because, quite frankly, I don't remember a hell of a lot from it.
There's a few I don't remember, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably help you out along the way, but even so.
There's a few I'm gonna need help with. So
yeah, all right. Let me know. Episode 21 of Ragnar Crimson was actually pretty solid. What I do remember basically is the battles rage on. We have Waltakami versus Ragnar, and that's again a credible battle back and forth. Like they're just using ultimate fucking moves like nothing. And I don't know if Starman has referenced this at all during his reviews of the series, but there's a lot of DBZ references like Broly and like Super Saiyan and things like that. Like it's pretty wicked if you were to make that comparison. I would have never if it wasn't for Starman, so shout out to him for that. But yeah, that battle's going on, but a big emphasis of the battle this week, I think the biggest piece, it focuses on Crimson themselves, I guess it's a he, but I'm gonna say them themselves, as they basically go against Ultimatia. And she recognizes, as we had mentioned in the previous episode, that Ultimatia doesn't have the ability to control her time. So basically, she goes into it like a full-fledged battle. Basically, they both turn into fucking ultimate dragons. Crimson has a anti-dragon fucking strap. Basically, she's got a Glock. So she starts shooting the fucking dragon, and basically the principle of it is like the gun is the same like Ginkgo Silverine contents that are like that you are potent against dragons, but the thought process is she doesn't have the control of her time magic or any magic for that matter, and the properties within the Silverine that she's specially crafted was to basically stop the flow of magic wherever the bullet penetrates. Originally Crimson had built the bullets and the gun so she can kill herself. She was going to shoot herself in the head or in the heart or whatever the case may be, and kill herself that way themselves. And so we basically see that where they're landing different shots on Ultimatia, and Ultimatia is just going down. Like it looks like Crimson's gonna win, And before we get to like the final piece of what's happening, basically, we see Crimson have like an inner dialogue rather with themselves, and basically you see that Crimson, the reason why Crimson can't die is because Crimson's heart doesn't literally live in their body. It lives like in like, because again, Crimson has the ability to control space and time. So it lives in some alternate fucking dimension or like universe or something that they have like the key to, so they can unlock it. And you have to go through like 4 or 5 different unlocks. It looks like a whole potpourri of puzzles to get to the heart. And basically, Crimson wagers their heart on the fight themselves. Literally puts the heart in their chest and was like, the alter egos of Crimson are basically all saying, all saying like, hey, this isn't rational. Like, you always think rational, but Crimson themselves is basically saying like, hey, I wouldn't go through this effort. I wouldn't put my heart back in my body if I didn't believe in my heart that I would win. And so the episode kind of concludes as Ultimatia gets knocked down off her pedestal. Crimson comes in and is about to shoot the bullets into Ultimatia's heart, and then a giant explosion happens when Ultimatia realizes like, hey, like I need to like let my rage go, because she hears Walter Kami letting her know like, hey, you won't win any battle if you don't let your rage consume you when it needs to. So she lets her rage consume her, and there's just a giant flash, and then more or less that's where the episode ends. So super solid. We're getting to the climax of the battle. Really well done as far as I'm concerned. So props for that. The show has steadily moved up on my top 10 throughout as the weeks have progressed recently. Moving on, Cherry Magic of my yaoi anime. Matt, if you didn't have so many, I would tell you to watch this. It's not
I
as good
can't
as
add any more at this point.
I know
they're not going to be in my list, basically.
I know. Are you still gonna watch Dr. Elise?
Probably not. I got too much. It's way too much.
I figured. All right, Matt owes me one for next season.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, Cherry Magic. A couple big pieces, because I've been behind several weeks on Cherry Magic, and I finally got a chance to catch up. So I was about behind 2 or 3. But the biggest,
I'll say don't talk about all 3.
No, I'm only going to talk about the critical points in 8 and 9, and I'll talk more about 10 because it's really short. Episode 8 basically features Kurosawa telling what's it called? Telling what's his face? No, I'm sorry, not Kurosawa. Adachi tells Kurosawa about his magical powers, and it ends up leading to their first kiss. And it's a very passionate kiss. It's not like Chain Soldier. It's not Chain Soldier nasty, but like it's like deep. Like their bodies are pressed against each other, like they're holding face, and there's tongue. You don't see the tongue, but there's tongue clearly. Like they're practically dick to dick. It's a really passionate kiss. It's probably the most passionate kiss I've ever seen in a yaoi anime. Truly. And I haven't seen that many, but it's probably the most passionate I've ever seen.
Yaoi goes all in. Let's go.
Yeah, Yaoi goes full retard with it. That's for sure. And so we get that big piece. The rest of episode 8 kind of focuses a lot on Segue and Minato as they get closer throughout the episode. So that's pretty cool. Episode 9, though, is pretty huge. Episode 9, you have Adachi's continued success, like work success, thanks to Kurosawa. This leads to him actually getting a promotion opportunity. But the kicker is, he lives in Tokyo. The kicker is he has to move to Nagasaki, which is a 4-hour train ride from Tokyo. He would get a pay increase. He would get a housing subsidy and things of that nature. But he doesn't want to be away from Kurosawa. But one of the things that he fucks up on badly is that he doesn't get a chance to tell Kurosawa, because what's happening is he and Kurosawa are supposed to go on a date. They were going to go to a concert together, and then he fucked up because he was being airheaded, and he fucked up on a document, and he ended up having to stay overtime. So he couldn't go to the concert with Kurosawa. Kurosawa only wanted to go with him, so he didn't even get to go to the concert. The next day, basically after he was done with his overtime, he asked one of his senpais for advice on it, and Kurosawa found out. Kurosawa didn't know about the promotion and then got annoyed at the fact that instead of asking his boyfriend for advice, he asked a random person in the office. So he felt a certain type of way. And as we progress, basically, you get to the end of the episode, and Kurosawa is just upset. Like, hey, you didn't ask your boyfriend for advice. You asked one of the random senpais for advice, and you didn't even communicate with me, like, what's going on. On top of that, you want to reject it I know why you want to reject it, because you're afraid that we're going to be long distance. You think I'm going to break up with you because of the fact that we're long distance. I would never dream of breaking up with you because of a work opportunity. You don't even know if you'll ever get this opportunity again. Like he basically went off. He went the fuck off on Adachi. Like you're like literally compromising your like your professional success for a relationship, and I would not do that, because you can have both if you really wanted to. And that's basically where the episode ends from that perspective. Episode 10 picks up on it a tiny bit. Like we see a little bit of interaction internally with Adachi needing to tell Kurosawa, because one of the final pieces that Kurosawa said before he walked off, he's like, listen, I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're thinking, unlike you, where you can touch me and you know what I'm thinking. I don't know what you're thinking unless you tell me. So if you don't tell me, I don't know. How am I supposed to help you? How am I supposed to be a good boyfriend if you don't tell me what's going on?
Right.
And so he thinks of that in his head at various points. And he's like, I have to tell Kurosawa how I feel. I just don't know how. I have to figure it out. And like they kind of miss each other. Like he gets on the elevator, Kurosawa gets off. He goes into a meeting, Kurosawa's not, vice versa, things of that nature. And then the episode ends with Kurosawa missing Adachi, because Adachi went on his work trip to Nagasaki. He's going there on just a brief trip for 10 days. It's not so brief by consideration. But basically, the episode doesn't focus on them so much. The episode focuses more on Sugue and Minato, and they really start to get close. Basically, Sugue is cheering on Minato. Minato's a dancer. I believe that's covered in the past. I've said that. But Minato is in like the semifinals of being in an all-boys dance group. And he just has reservations about everything. Like he's thinking like, I should get a job, I should quit dancing, things of that nature. He goes to the semifinal of this tryout and he flunks the final, but they have the actual star of like who he's going to be basically dancing for, like this singer. His name is Soya or Sonata or something like that, something along those lines. It was something similar to wrestling. But in any case, he looks at him, he's like number 125, and that's Minato. Minato's like, yeah. He's like, you have skills, but nothing else. Right. And that really hurts Minato. And Minato is just like, he has support from his friends, but he looks to Sugue, and Sugue tries to give him his best, like, don't give up, I know you're gonna succeed, da 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 da. But then Minato gets a job opportunity at like some corporation that's a little far from where he's at, and he's thinking about taking it. He goes over there, he meets the president, things go well, and then he's like, I'll make it to the consolation, because there's a consolation round. Even though he failed the tryout, there's a consolation round with a fan vote, and he's like, I'll make it there if I leave now. He goes, and his fucking moped runs out of gas. He calls Sugue and is like, hey, don't worry about coming, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm out because my moped ran out of gas. And Sugue is like, no, don't give up. Where are you? Send me your location. I'm going to pick you up. So he comes on his motorcycle, and Sugue just takes public transportation despite the fact he owns a motorcycle. So he freaks out at the fact this is the first time he's actually driving himself, let alone somebody else, in a while. But he basically scoops up Minato, drives him as fast as he can to the tryout, and drops him off in time. Minato does the tryout, and he gets, consolation from his friends and stuff like that. And then he and Sugue have a moment, and he asks Sugue flat out, like, why are you so nice to me? And Sugue says, like, hey, I got ulterior motives. And that kind of like, he's like, huh? What do you mean by that? Like, he gets like questioned, like he gets like on edge about that statement. And Sugue is going to basically confess, like, I say that because and then they get interrupted by fans, and he doesn't get an opportunity to tell him. So we find out that Minato failed the final audition. He got voted in, but he failed the final audition, and he doesn't show up. He doesn't answer Sugue's text messages. He's no longer the package boy that delivers packages to Sugue. And he's like, what the fuck? So Sugue is like really upset about things, but the more he thinks about it, the more he like realizes, like, hey, we're two different universes. Like, I'm an author, I'm a romance author, and you're a dancer, like, and I'm 7 years older than you. He really puts an emphasis on the age gap, where he's 30 and he's 23. So he's like, how can 23-year-old like anything about a 30-year-old? Like, it doesn't make no sense. So he gets kind of downtrodden about himself. But the episode somewhat ends. Their story for the episode ends as Sugue is walking down Shibuya. He looks at a television screen at the top, like for a little ad, and he notices that Minato made the group. Somehow, unknown, he made the group. and that's why he hasn't been responding to him. And Minato gets a little emotional. He's like, I'm so proud of you that you accomplished your dream, but I always knew that our love was never meant to be because we're just from two separate worlds. So
Crazy.
you would enjoy it, Matt. You just have a lot going on. That's what
I know. I apologize.
Yeah, I know. All right, moving on. Tsukimichi.
Sorry.
Sure.
Whisper Me a Love Song is now a High Dive exclusive.
Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently people who saw it early are raving about it.
I mean, when was the last time we had a good Yuri? A good one.
Try to remember the last one.
The last full-blown Yuri I watched was Adachi and Shimamura.
But that was fine.
Yeah, it was.
It only made my list that year because I wasn't watching as many around that time.
Boy, if it wasn't back then.
I think the last great one I saw was Blue Mint to You.
Yeah, true. It's on my list, dude. I have that one. I have a few Yuris in my list that I want to watch. But in any case, sorry. Yeah, I got a lot to talk about. What's it called? I'm gonna skip some of Tsukimichi because it's not as a big one. I'll just talk about the most recent episode, which is episode 10. Fairly short. Basically, we have Karen Force. Karen Force, or who's the demon lieutenant that's playing Karen Force. I forget her name, but she basically tells Makoto that she's leaving the academy. She accomplished her mission, which is to find out about the organization, and that's that. But she offers him two things. She offers him a way to telepathically communicate to her whenever he may need her. She'll show up. She's like, you're a good human. You're the best human I've ever met. You care about demi-humans. You're not averse to demons. So I'll give you my telepathic line. If you ever need me, I'll show up. And then she's like, you're such a good human. I would entertain giving you an audience with the Demon King. And if you ever wanted to work with the Demon King's army, we would support you. So keep that in mind, kid. And she disappears. She fucks off. Right. And so that's an interesting kind of development that we'll see if she kind of goes into that. Meanwhile, what's it called? Makoto quickly figures out the mastermind behind the experimentation portions of the town. Finds out it's Bright Sensei, and he listens to Bright Sensei like babble off his ideals about things, and he basically says in his head, he's like, if they weren't doing experimentations, I would back them, but they're being pieces of shit to the demi-humans, so I'm killing you. Bye. Kills him. Just fucking disposes of him instantly. Right? And so then we move on. Basically, it's the end of the spring term there, so everybody's going on vacation. And the episode kind of focuses just on the growth of the class. They continue to fight a couple of the blue lizards that Makoto brings in that are only using like 15% power, and they're still kicking their asses. And then once the semester's over, like, okay, semester's over, you guys can fuck off. I'll see you guys next semester. All the children, they meet him in the library, like all the kids, they meet him in the library and they beg him. They're like, hey, will you teach us during the summer break? Please teach us during summer break. And he's like, nah, I don't know about that. You guys got to be with your families, things of that nature. He's like, right, Shiki, don't we have something to do together? And Shiki, instead of saying, yeah, we can't teach them, he's like, I think your schedule allows for you to teach them once a week. And he looks at Shiki, he's like, that's not what the fuck you're supposed to say, goddammit. Oh, and Shiki's like, oh my God, I just angered my lord. I'm so sorry. But he's like, well, Shiki fucked it up. All right, kids, I'll train you once a week for the summer break. And so basically we see them training, and Shiki, when they're not training with Makoto, Shiki gave them the idea because, as I guess, since they're like they're really good warriors in the school, they're allowed to register at the Adventurers Guild, and basically tells them like, hey, go to the Adventurers Guild, start picking up missions, and you'll raise your levels quickly. And so basically they start supercharging themselves when they're not training with Makoto by doing the what's it called, the Adventure Guild missions. And basically they end up doing a mission and they come across a dragon, and there's 7 of them, and they're all more or less between levels 70 and 80. And they're like, oh, like, what do you need to defeat a dragon? And one of the girls is like, yeah, you need to have 10 party members of at least level 90 to defeat a dragon. And they're like, well, we're fucked. And instantly they're pretty fucked. But then one of Makoto's what's it called, subordinates comes over, instantly kills the dragon, and basically acts as like a what's the word I'm looking for, a not a spy, not a cover, a tail. Basically acts like a tail to the students and is going to be tailing them so they don't kill themselves during their fucking trainings. So that's how that episode ends. So pretty solid, I'd say. I've been enjoying Tsukimichi a lot. It's, solid. That's all I'll say about it. It's really solid right now. What's next? Moving on. Banished Hero. Banished Hero is okay for me. Like I said, give me a second to pull up what it is. Banished Hero for me actually has the real only antagonist for that I have of the season. I know we talked about this offline, Matt, that we're struggling to come up with antagonists for the season. For me, Banished Hero has one of the only ones that I could come up with, I could surmise. But in any case, I'll keep this relatively short. Esta and the gang are confronted by Lavender because in the previous episode, episode 9, Lavender sees Esta go and meet with Red and all the other people. So she brings everybody over and they confront her and they basically accuse Esta of being a traitor against Van and the party. However, they're able to kind of like basically bullshit their way around everything. And one of the key pieces that sticks out, because I had mentioned in the previous episode, I think I had, that Rit talks to Lavender about their mutual interest, which is the fact that they love somebody. And then Red and Lubo, which is the evil priest, were able to, kind of connect, and he was able to bullshit his way out of like having Van try and pursue Rudy, who, by the way, is still in hiding. From there, basically, Red takes the initiative, and he talks about this later on in the episode. He basically says like, hey, Van is so focused on his blessing that I think you have to relate to him on that level in order to make sense to him. You can talk about the greater world around him, and he's such a dick, he doesn't give a fuck. But if you talk to him on a blessing level, he understands and accepts that fully because those are his convictions. So he tells Van like, hey, you already know that Rudy is the former hero. I'm the hero's guide. My blessing is to be the hero's guide. And Van already knows that the Demon Lord is dead. And he's like, okay, wait, the Demon Lord is dead. You're the hero's guide. The hero's job is to slay the Demon Lord and all of his minions. So you have nothing to live for. And he's like, you could say that, but clearly you see me. I'm living. I'm enjoying life. I've got my wife, my fiance. I should say I got my fiance. I've got my friends. I'm running it like an apothecary. Like, I'm good. I'm living life. And this starts conflicting Van, which annoyingly pisses off Lavender, because basically Lavender recognizes they're trying to change Van, and she doesn't want Van to change, despite the fact that she knows and admits that Van is a piece of shit right now, but she loves the piece of shit. So the episode kind of focuses on Van, Red, Rudy, and Lavender trying to like connect, trying to change Van, while Lavender doesn't allow that. And so one of the things they do is they basically get a mission from the Adventurers Guild, and they're like, hey, let's go on this mission together and I'll train you. Cause if you're the new hero, it's the hero's guide to mentor you. And he basically tells Van like, hey, I'm not going to get off of your ass until you become better than me. And the reality of it is you're not better than me because I defeated you in the thing. And you're just not as good as me, quite frankly. So they basically go on the mission together, and he tries to give Van pointers like, hey, like, you're so like into your blessing, you don't focus on the other things, which is something he mentioned 2 episodes previously when he was fighting him. He's like, you don't ever train yourself, you just rely on your blessing. So during this battle, he's just going like gung-ho, like charging head first into battle, not caring if he gets injured, because he has the cheat code as the hero. It's called Healing Hands, where you can heal yourself like instantly back to normal. And he's like, you just overuse your power instead of being defensive and avoiding having to use your magic for that. And basically they do everything that they want to do against these, what they call sea bogies. They call them sea bogies, and they defeat the sea bogies. And Red had like, I think like 48 kills, and Van had like 36 kills. And Red is like, hey, you're still not better than me because I beat more bogies than you. Don't you keep track? And he's like, as long as everything is defeated, who cares who kills what? And he's like, well, you're the hero. You have to be the best. So, he keeps getting on him from that perspective. Rit realizes, hey, there's more sea bogies and the trail leads to a cave. The way that they moved indicates they probably have a child, because sea bogies, they say in the episode, are known to abduct children and eat them. So they go into the cave, they find the sea bogies, they kill the sea bogies, they find the child gets released from like this hypnotic state before they get eaten. and cries to the hero Van, and everyone's like, "Yay, Van saved the child! Van saved the child!" And Van just doesn't give a fuck. He's just like meh. But in his head, he's still thinking about what Red is telling him, which again continues to piss off Lavender. And that episode ends with Van having like an introspective moment, like under the moonlight, as he's like looking at some sort of medal that he has, and he's like, the hero must never change his ways no matter what. End episode. So despite all of that, Van is still a piece of shit. All their efforts, he's still a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, he's still a bitch. So there's that. Ich ni san shi. Final one, Dr. Elise. I did not watch the latest episode of Dr. Elise that dropped as we were recording today on a Wednesday, so I will only talk about last week's episode. Give me one second.
Also, congrats to Mercedes Monet for finally being all elites.
Oh, she finally debuted.
Yeah, that was the opening.
How was the pop and shit? Big?
Apparently really huge. I'm not watching because I don't have a TV in this room.
I wouldn't want to. I have it on, but I wouldn't be able to hear anything because I'm recording.
Yeah, but apparently it was a huge pop.
What was I just gonna look up?
You said Dr. Elise last week.
Dr. Elise, thank you. I have bad memory. I really think I'm dying sometimes. It's not good. It's no bueno. Okay. Caught up in. I'll talk. This is another one where I'll talk about 3 episodes very briefly. Actually, no, 2 episodes. Sorry. 2 episodes. So I caught up on episodes 8 and 9 of Dr. Elise. Thoroughly enjoyed them. Both episodes focus on Elise strengthening her bonds. Episode 8 specifically with Dr. Graham, and episode 9 with Lady Child. Episode 8 sees the backstory to Graham and why he became a doctor, which is actually, it's pretty sad, quite honestly. Like basically all of his family except him and his like beloved nurse die of a some sort of like plague, and they all die, and he's like, I can't afford to lose my my servant, because you know she's the only one that didn't leave me, she protects me and she loves me, she's like my only family, so I'm going to become a doctor so I can save her and I can save other people. And so that's really heartwarming from that perspective. And basically that episode continues on as he tells Elise the story. We see his servant, the maid who I talked about. She's now an older lady, not a grandma's a grown man, and she has a severe hernia, so they have to rush her to the hospital, and Elise and Dr. Graham save the woman. They operate on her hernia and they save her ass, and you know that's all good, nice and happy. And basically Elise and Dr. Graham kind of share a moment amongst each other, and you know it's pretty cute from that perspective. Episode 9 though it's pretty decent as well. Basically I made a joke about it in the chat, nobody reacted to it. Elise got carriage cooned, not truck cooned, carriage cooned. She got ran over by a fucking carriage. She was fine, the horse was on its ass, and the guy driving the horse, the carriage fucking driver, he broke his leg, and so Elise has to work to stabilize his leg, and Lady Child, who was in the carriage, actually decides to help. And it's like a bad storm going on. That's why the carriage ran her over, because they couldn't see her at night, because she was presumably walking home from work. And so we see Elise go with Lady Child back to the mansion. They stabilize the leg. We find out later on that the guy is good because of the stabilization. He'll only be out a month while his leg heals, and he'll be fine. But Elise is cold. She's wet. Lady Child tells her, like, hey, you're not going to go back out in that storm. Just spend the night at my house. So, you know, they talk for a little bit. Things are well. And then the next morning, Elise wakes up. She caught a cold because she was cold and wet. And so they basically, they called the doctor to look at the carriage driver's leg. And while they're there, they look at Elise. And there's contention between Lady Child's older brother and Lady Child herself, because as we had witnessed in previous episodes with Elise and her brother, the House of Child and the House of De Florence or whatever her last name is, they're not supposed to like each other, because again it's like typical like British type of style. So they're basically mortally opposed, but because Elise is living her life differently and she's not allowing those past bullying bullshit behavior that she engaged in herself, she's not letting that define this current iteration of their friendship. They're basically breaking bonds, and you see basically Lady Child defend Elise to her brother, and then later at the end of the episode you see Elise defend Lady Child to her brother and her father. and both sides are now warming up as both girls become friendly. And the episode basically just has them all like, together having tea time, reminiscing on things of that nature. Like, they just, again, continuing to get really, really close, which is nice from that perspective, as Elise is really doing this third chance of life the best way that she possibly can, because she's no longer the bully asshole bitch that she was to Lady Child prior to her dying in her first life. So pretty solid. I went about 30 minutes there, but all good.
All right, don't worry. Some of these reviews will be pretty quick. So,
All right.
Metallic Rouge. This one will be very quick.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. Not a whole lot happened. They're on their way to Venus. Naomi has a super powerful weapon, but Cyan tossed it and snuck in. Just to hang out with Rouge. And of course, Naomi and Cyan, they don't like each other. Because Naomi's about business. Damn it, it's business, pal. And
business.
Cyan wants to, but Cyan wants to hang out with her One-chan Rouge, even though they're not really sisters. I feel like Cyan was made by the puppet master guy, and he makes a brief appearance from time to time. The puppeteer man, talking to Gene, and again, it felt like a whole lot of nothing.
She acted like a child, which in English was atrocious. I've realized the majority of my bitching was surrounding her, that girl's fucking like alter ego when she's not trying to kill Rouge, which is her like.
Yeah, it's like a switch flipped in her after that.
He's like 8 years old in a 16 or 17-year-old girl's body. I'm like, bro, no, this sounds awful. What am I watching?
Yeah, now she's not on this murderous rampage. I'm pretty sure.
No, but now she's got bipolar syndrome because she hates fucking what's her face?
Naomi, yeah.
Naomi, she hates Naomi.
Yeah, so Naomi wants to be serious. Like, no, playtime is important.
Yeah, like she's like, take your bath. Fuck!
Here's ice cream if you get it. If you shut the
Yay, I'm going in the bath and I'm gonna eat ice cream.
Yes.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off.
But yeah, I'm just gonna skip it here. This is, again, it was. We got 3 episodes left. We better get the action again soon.
This is really running on disappointment of the season. Really, it's
slowly becoming like Tact.
It's worse than Tact. I enjoyed Tact more because to me, Tact only shit the bed at the end. This shit the bed in like the most crucial part, which is the fucking glue of the story of the show.
Well,
it's worse than Tact.
They're about the same for me, but we got 3 episodes left. We will hopefully things improve.
I just want
moving on. We got 13 more. Let's go.
Put me out of my misery. All right, let's move on. Go.
Yeah. Let's go with Hokkaido Gals.
Oh, you want to go rom-com hour early?
Yeah, why not?
Rom-com hour is the good hour.
Like only half of it was good. But all right. Let's go with Witch.
There we go. I was gonna say let's go with Witch, and then we can go into Chain Soldier.
Do you remember from this?
Do I remember Witch? Yeah, I do remember most of Witch. Basically, the episode picks up where we left off in episode 9, where you have the executioner. He's now in front of them, and basically has what's the girl's name?
Which one?
The young witch
that they were protected.
Yeah,
Helga.
Let me mute this. I'm sorry for the constant ringing, guys. Helga. So basically, has Helga with him. And basically, they want to unsheath the demon sword, and everyone's like, "No, don't unsheath it! Don't unsheath it!" So unsheaths it, nothing happens, and they're like, "You guys are stupid because unsheathing the sword doesn't do shit. What really activates the sword is this." Stabs Helga in the fucking heart, and basically, disposes of Helga. And then with what little power Assaf has, he basically resurrects her and does what she can to heal her. But in the interim, this unsheaths the demon sword. The demon sword becomes a giant, like, it looks like a Dementor, like a monolith of destruction, and basically sets, like, they're like, all right, have fun. And basically the demon sword slices all of Matt's men. The guy's name, by the way, was it Commander Matt or something?
Yeah.
Slices all of Commander Matt's men, just all of them, beheaded, fucking body mutilated, all of that, kills them all. And he's like, oh shit. And Asaf is like, you're the idiot, because now that you unsheathed it, no magic can stop it, like, unless you're a witch, and you just killed the witch, you idiot. So he's like, no, I'll just use my powers. I'll use my powers. And the powers don't work. Basically, this motherfucking sword is so powerful. It like did a slice, like a single slice, as it killed off all of Commander Matt's men. And not only did it kill all the men, it basically cut the ground below them clear in half, and the floating palace that was in the side, this impenetrable palace that everyone couldn't get in unless you were allowed in, gets cut clear in half and blows the fuck up. Like, that's fucking powerful. And basically he tells the demon sword, okay, have fun, and sends the demon sword to go after the townsfolk that are in the refugee camps outside of the town. And so the episode basically ends. Helga gets revived, and they're trying to figure out what's next, and they send her off to go try and fucking get the demon sword back.
Yep, things are heating up, and we got a few more of those left.
Better, way better than fucking Rouge.
No, I like Witch and the Beast. I like it a lot, actually.
I like it. I like it. I won't say a lot, but I like it.
It's an underrated show for me.
Yeah, I can say it's underrated. You know, I've got it in my.
For you,
I've got it on my list somewhere. I'll give you that.
High card. This one, it's
really, really good.
Theodore actually gets something. Finally,
bro.
Yeah, this episode was more about Theodore and Klondike and Van Klondike.
Did you get? Hold on, pause. A lot of when I did the thread and I was looking at pictures, a lot of the X commentary was saying that it gave yaoi vibes. I didn't get that. Did you?
No,
I didn't get yaoi vibes. No,
it was just someone that was just looking out for not making do something.
I got genuine best friend vibes.
Yeah,
like
someone like he actually cared for him.
Yeah,
Basically, Leo eventually found him. He found him. Like, he was tied up outside.
Yep.
And he says, "Why are you here?" type of thing. Like you put more people in danger helping me out.
Yep, because basically they go into the thing, they get ambushed, and basically you have all three of them. They're all bound and gagged.
Yep. And Ban makes an appearance. And while Ban was talking to Leo, fucking Tilt.
Wait, before you go to Tilt, you skipped over the story. Ban gives the full story of what happened in that location. 25 years in the past.
I was gonna get to that after Tilt.
No, it happened before Tilt.
Okay. But yeah, basically Klondike and Theodore, they were teammates, they were partners.
Yep.
And basically this was his father's Klondike's father was having a party there.
Yeah, it was like a house.
And it was an assassination thing. Yeah. They were going to stop it. They were too late.
Big explosion. Things went boom.
Big explosion. Theodore says nothing we could do. He's like, en contraire, my friend. Here we go. I'm going to do 4 cards. And Theodore says, all right.
Pulls the strap out.
His head to stop X-Play.
Yep, at the cost of Van Klondike's eye.
He still lost his eye.
He lost his eye. By the way, while this story is happening, Ban is just beating the dog shit out of Leo. He is kicking the fucking shit out of him. He's beating his ass in front of his father. And his father's just looking at it like, you stupid son of a bitch. Why'd you come?
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why you listen to your dad.
Oh, man.
So
now Tilt comes.
Yeah, Tilt comes, and he has a score to settle with Klondike.
Yes, he does, because now he knows the truth.
Yep. You manipulated me. You made me say, why did you tell me that? Oh, this is what you wanted to hear. I just need you for this. No big deal, right? You killed your parents. So what? So he tries to fight. Doesn't work. Does not go well.
Nope.
And Theodore, he finally goes into action.
That's before Ban. So he kicks the shit out of Tilt. Tilt is unconscious, quote unquote unconscious. And basically he's like, all right, Theodore, I'm going to kill your son in front of you. Maybe now you'll understand the pain of what it's like to lose one of your beloved ones. And he uses his fucking his card, the King of Spades. And for those who don't remember what Ban Klondike's King of Spades is, it's like a twister. He basically makes a twister and can kill people with like twister actions. And he goes to his son, and Theodore steps up and eats the card. Yep. And the card basically damn near breaks his neck. He's all sliced up, and he loses both eyes.
Yep. And now he does his crossplay as fucking Ultra Instinct, basically.
No, not yet. Before he does that, Matt, fucking Tilt, who was quote unquote unconscious, goes to kill Klondike and instead stabs Theodore in the fucking heart. But Theodore's not dead because it's anime. Yeah, now he collapses as he's trying to say. Basically, he's trying to tell he lost his eyesight. He's going to Ban, and he's like, Ban, you're mistaken one thing. The reason why I did that is because he gets shanked. He falls in front of Klondike, puts his hand on his chest where the cards are, and he's like, I was trying to protect you. X hand. And he fucking pulls the X hand, and he goes fucking Super Saiyan, like you said, Ultra Instincts.
Yep, dodging bullets. Bam. No, sorry. Yeah, no, he did that.
Oh, yeah, he's dodging bullets.
I said dodge that. Hits Klondike.
Yep.
About to beat his ass.
Yep.
I think this is where he got stabbed by Tilt. This is where that final stab.
Was it? Oh yeah, no,
yeah,
you're right.
It was.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah. He took the twister for Leo, beat up Klondike. As he's about to talk to him, like this is who was really protecting, Tilt, this fucking cop block stabbed him.
Yep.
Then Tilt got knocked out by Klondike.
Yep.
As he was saying I want to protect you, Klondike's like, that's lame. I'm gonna fix that.
X-hand.
Yep. And went back in time
to a few hours in the past. Yeah, at the cost of his life.
Basically, where Leo
rewound time. Theodore wakes up. The whole scenario basically.
Yeah, Leo found him tied up again.
Yeah, and the only difference is Theodore remembers what happened with the X-hand. And he's like, oh shit. And he looks over, sees Klondike dead. Tilt comes into play and was like, oh, I wanted to kill fucking Klondike. Kicks him in the face. He's like, you motherfucker.
Well, all right. I guess I'll kill you.
I guess I'll kill you. Turns into San Galgano, rips fucking what's his face? Finn out and eats Finn to end the episode.
Yeah.
I love this.
I'm not gonna lie.
Card is really fucking good.
I wish Klondike was there a little longer. Expect him to be like the main baddie, and he finally gets a chance to shine. Is that?
Yeah, it was kind of anticlimactic.
I was like, "Oh, come on!"
I'll give you that. It's a little anticlimactic, but it was still badass. That whole episode.
It was cool though. But I was like, "Who's the villain? The king or the Black Knight?"
The villain is the family. But when you think about it, all the prime members are dead except Tilt and San Galgano. At this stage, it is San Galgano is the main enemy. It's him. Oh, and we did skip over a piece. When you mentioned the king, it's not the king that's the enemy. It's his second son. He calls Klondike. Basically, there's a part that Matt skipped. VJ and Cindy.
So we're trying to stop.
Wendy, I know, but this is critical because this sets everything up. VJ and Wendy go to the king. Say, we have the cards, but we're not going to give it to you. The king is like, all right, fuck you guys. You guys can't leave the castle if you want to protect the cards so goddamn bad. Then we see the second son, who's the one who stabbed fucking the detective in the previous episode. He calls Klondike and he's like, I've done all this for you. I had you kill my youngest brother and claim that it was terrorism. I set you up and let you know about the cards. I told you everything about the Joker. I had you try and kill my older brother. You failed at that. Now we have high card here. They have all the cards that you're supposed to have. I'm supposed to do this also I can become the king. You're fucking up, Klondike. And Klondike's like, shut up, kid. You're good. Click. But now we know officially who is the mastermind throughout the entirety of High Card. It's not Klondike. It's the second prince to the king. So that's your answer, Matt. And very long-winded, short answer.
All right, very good.
Moving on.
All right. Moving on. Chain Soldier.
Yeah, I caught up.
What'd you think?
I enjoy it more than Tales of Wedding Rings. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah.
That this bumped Tales of Wedding Rings off my list. Bumped it off.
Oh, you're
Like,
generous.
nah,
I didn't put it anywhere.
I
I gave
have-
it nothing.
I had it up there really weak, and this was like psych boot. No, I enjoy it very much. You know what the difference is? The animation wise, Tales of Wedding Rings is better, but in terms of the actual plot, Chain Soldier has a much better plot. Especially when I saw the episode where it's like, oh, his sister is the one of the enemies, but then when you get to the episode before this, episode 9, you find out, oh, she's not the real enemy. It's those other humanoid motherfuckers. They're the real enemy. It's just that between the demon army, the demon defense army, and the what do they call themselves?
Well, these are people that did experiments on them in their in the Demon Slayer's own defense force or their own experimental lab. Like your own people are doing this. Damn it.
Yep.
But they don't tell you.
Nope, they don't. And the key is, I found it interesting. Like, okay, you can eat the peaches on Earth, and you turn into super soldiers. You eat the peaches in Mato, where you're supposed to kind of be, and you turn into a freak.
Yeah, you turn into what happened to them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But no, I enjoy this. I swear, every time I see something fucking pop up, I'm dead. Like the beginning of, oh no, was it the end or the beginning of this episode where they're fucking sucking on his fingers?
Beginning.
It was the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
I was dead. I was dead. The ball stomping and dead. Face sitting, dead. Fucking makeout sessions, hardcore. Love it.
These are his wants.
And those are his inner desires. He's not like, make me a sandwich. Or like,
I am glad Nay was just a kiss on the cheek, nothing loose.
Yes, she's 11. That would have been disgusting.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers end up on the FBI watch list if that was the case.
But yeah, Squad 7, Squad 6, they're about to go save Yuki. And of course, we have, 2-on-1. So it's Sahara and Shushu against Coco. We got the Azuma sisters. I guess it's Yuno. And of course, the main one's going to take on the sister.
I love what's her face, the Squad 6 commander.
Tenka. Yeah, I love her.
Tenka, I love her. She quickly became like in the contention for my waifu. She's up there. She's up there for me.
But yeah, fucking Kyoka was talking to the sister. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like let's hear each other out, and then Tenka just casually teleports, boom, takes Yuki.
I was fucking gangster. I was gangster.
As she waves, teleports. We're going.
I thought she was gonna go back to the barracks. I guess her teleportation.
Well, they have to grab everyone else fighting. That's the thing. If they all went together, sure, but that didn't happen. And of course, Kyoka has to give Yuki his award, so suck on the fingers. And Tenka didn't have the award; she just wanted to do it because she felt left out because she's the real girlfriend of Yuki.
But they're not official.
I know, but to me they are.
It's a decent ship. It is a decent ship.
Yeah, like, dude, like, take her. Fuck. She's
wants so hot, bro. She's so fucking hot. You could rail her, and she's definitely the quintessential definition of dominant woman at work, submissive woman in bed.
So she's a service stop, yeah.
Service stop. I've never heard that term.
No, it's like power bottom, but the other way. So it's a
service. Service top. They said service stop.
No, service top.
Like you service yourself and you go.
No. She's a top, but she'll give it to you once in bed. Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, she's the cock tease, right? You'd be like, let me put it in your ass. Oh, I guess you can put it in my ass.
Okay. Aoba, she finally catches up to them.
Yep.
And Yuki's like, quick, wait, hold on, let's actually have a talk.
Yep.
And like it was them, like, and then even Kyoka's like, well, if it's true,
we'll kill him.
We'll stop him.
Yeah, we'll kill him.
And then, and they don't want that. And they're at an impasse because basically it's going to involve people getting hurt.
Yeah, and Aoba doesn't give a shit.
And the sister's like, well, that's too bad.
I'm very surprised that when what's her face when Unicorn came out that that Kyoka didn't lose her shit. Like she wavered a tiny bit subliminally because of the fact.
Yeah, but now it's just like, all right, that's
the sister. So okay, you're gonna basically if she kills the sister, she's gonna basically turn away Yuki.
Yuki, yeah.
So
And I like that she's not forcing Yuki to not like she's not forcing Yuki to fight.
yeah, that fucking Aoba fucking wrapped her up in her hair, cut her own hair off, and now he's like bound and gagged.
She's
And
like,
then-
you know what? I'm not gonna
yeah.
make him. She won't
This
do
is
it.
one fight he needs to stay out of. I get it.
So she fights Unicorn, and then Tekka will fight Sister. I love it. Like, I'm Tekka. I'm the captain of Squad 6, and I'm also dating your brother.
And then fucking Aoba's like, I'll destroy you.
Yeah, and the other subtitles she just says drop dead.
Yeah, for real.
Because who's gonna have my brother as me?
By the way, going backwards to the fight with the sisters, man, that slice that the puppet did before it died, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect slice.
Oh yeah, no. They're like, oh, we got this. Azumas, they're happy. They're like, oh, we may have a chance. And then fucking now one's like, I see you now. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, yo.
Oh my god.
But the next episode is going to be more of the battle, the conclusion of that fight. Probably, I'm pretty sure Yuki's going to make him stop.
Yeah, I'm excited for a season 2 of this. There's no way they finish this into 2 episodes. This goes.
No,
into season
I'm sure we'll get more.
I can't wait.
Yeah, no,
This is the best. I tell you what, this is up there for me. Next to the dungeon ecchi one. I forget the name of it now.
The Harem Dungeon.
Yeah, the Harem Dungeon. This is up there for me in terms of like best, and the other one, Vermilion Gold. This is up there in terms of like best plot in a very ecchi anime.
Yep.
This is even more ecchi than Vermilion Gold.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you're actually seeing tits. You're actually seeing all this stuff. You're seeing. They're not censoring it.
No, well, yeah, they don't censor shit. It's great. This is up there. Like you have
I'm okay with them and Crunchyroll actually showing uncensored shit.
Yeah,
just put a warning on it.
No, yeah, they have the TVMA when you click on it.
Yeah. So I'm actually okay with that.
But it's up there for me for Harm in a Dungeon Labyrinth or whatever it's called, and then this in terms of actual good plot. This isn't a bad plot. We're not talking about the thighs and the tits.
No, it's not a bad plot.
No.
All right, now
thank you for the recommendation, Matt. And
you're welcome. I saw this. I was like, this screams you. This screams you.
If this is one more anime I was gonna binge, this was it.
Yeah, they got his fucking horny ass. Yeah, this is in perfect place.
The warms the cockles in my loins.
Yes, it warms the cockles in your heart.
And my
now
loins.
We go to rom-coms.
All right, let's go to rom-com hour.
Wedding Rings.
Bullshit. Let's move on. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I am mad that we had a serious moment for most of this, and then the very next scene, ecchi.
Yeah, after credits. After credits, nothing but ecchi.
My grandfather, he's probably dead. Nah. Here's my bras.
Here are my bras. Here's my beautiful fucking boobs.
I was just like, why? Why not? Can we go back? Can we get?
Maybe this should have been the beginning of like episode 11.
Yes, or something.
Whatever episode this is.
But okay, basically, it was about the grandfather, the Grand Wizard. He's like, you know what? This happened before. He's fucking failed. He doesn't want to do this again. They're searching for any sign of life.
Any sign of life in the dwarf kingdom.
But no dwarves. They're gone.
Dead.
And you see magical robot on the floor. Why the fuck not?
Basically,
that's what I thought the Earth Princess was going to be. They found her. Like one of those magical things.
No, I would have thought maybe they would have found her skeleton and the ring was there.
But they found nothing. But the magical robot has the abyss rings.
Yep.
The Earth one.
Now, hold on. Pause. I'm going to skip ahead real quick. Did they not break these rings at least 2 or 3 times? One of them disappeared. The other 2 times or 3 times, didn't they bust them?
I know. I thought they just vanished. I didn't know they collected them.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he had them like collected. We're skipping ahead. We'll get to it in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. No, we're almost there, but
the plot didn't link up for me at first.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought happened. But unless it was some that went back and they collected some, but this was the last one.
I swear, I'm pretty positive one of them they like literally.
I don't know. I don't think they even know.
Oh man.
But
anyway,
after Sato defeated that
by himself,
unfortunately, it meant
the Demon King rises.
Yep, all The rings vanish. They're back to him somehow. I thought he had them.
Even the evil king of the empire had a ring.
Yeah.
It was just on his like nightstand.
Yeah.
Next to his throne. What the fuck do you have that for?
In case of emergency.
I'm losing my battle. Put it on.
Yeah. So Alabaster, that's the wizard's name. He tells them, all right, retreat for now, because all these abyss creatures are like big, giant, huge.
And they're fighting them, they're defeating them, but there's just too many.
There's way too many. He keeps summoning them like a snap.
Yeah.
And Alabaster makes a little escape route.
Yep.
They're like, you know what? They're eventually going to find us.
As
Here's
you
what
see
I'm
an
gonna do.
entire horde, like miles long.
Yep.
Of
And one of them like
creatures coming
giant, the guy gigantic.
Yeah, they're pincered. They're pincered in this like alleyway, basically.
So the only solution was for Alabaster to create a gate for them to escape to. Like, all right, but
we don't know where this gate is yet. We just said we're gonna open the gate.
But basically, I have to keep it open. So your guys are on your own.
And Mars comes, and Mars stays behind to protect.
And he's like, you know what? You don't have to go. Like, you know what? I said I would protect you no matter what. And you know,
there's no honorable death than dying next to the great sage protecting the kingdom.
Yep. And we find out where they disappeared to.
The gate took them to Earth.
Yep.
Sato's Earth.
Yep. So we don't know what happens to the other two. We get the after credit. Tato wakes up in his bed. He goes to check on his mourning wife about, there's my grandfather, but no, it's just they're looking at the bras.
What's free shipping?
Yes. I was like, that's not it.
It was
funny, but it was like, this is not it. Like,
no,
she should be crying still. Like, is he okay? Type of thing. Can we go back? Like,
yay! I get bikinis.
Yes, of course, nothing fits Saphir. Everything's too big for granites.
Yep.
So she's gonna take them all lingerie shopping. Whoopies.
I mean, hey, I give it to Tales of the Wedding Rings. Their animation is so much crisper than Chain Soldiers. The nips, perfect. Colors, perfect. Yep. Everything else, meh.
All right, moving on.
By the way, this is still better than fucking Metallic Rouge.
That's stretching. That's stretching. That is just. I'm sorry, that's stretching.
High Card is definitely better than Metallic Rouge. You got to admit that.
Yes. Okay, I will say that. That has been better. Yes.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, because I got an actual fucking plot to start. If it did, it'd be the same.
Hey, this is miles better than season 1.
All right, moving on. Hokkaido Gals, the new school year! Hooray!
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad this focused on Sayuri a bit.
Yeah, the first half did. Yeah.
Yeah, like, now it's her turn. Let's go.
But she just doesn't have. She doesn't have the gall.
No, that is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And they're figuring out who's going to be class rep.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's Tsubasa.
By the way, I do want to mention, because it did warm my heart as they're walking to school. Basically, what's it called? Fuyuki waits for Tsubasa and says, like, hey, I waited for you because I want to spend as much time with you because we may not be in the same class together. But they all end up in the same class together.
Yep, they're all in the same class.
Yep. Anyway, who's going to be the class rep, Matt?
Tsubasa and
who got nominated, by the way, by
Matsumo nominated Tsubasa.
Yep. And gives all these reasons, and he's like, all right, well, I'll do it. All right, yay. And Fuyuki volunteers herself, and everyone's like, wow, the dumb bimbo fucking volunteered to be the class rep.
Fucking vice president. All right, sure.
Okay. And then you see Sayuri about to raise her hand. Nope. Doesn't do it.
They should sit the fuck back down.
Fuck.
I was like, oh, come on. I love her, but you're killing us.
Killing us, child. Killing us.
Trying to figure out. Take over. I try to remember what else.
Okay, no, the second. So basically, you see, what's it called? Tsubasa call Sayuri on the phone that night, and they're like, "Hey, let's play video games," and they're playing like an online game, and they're they're all talking together, and they have like these awkward moments where they're just it seems very flirty. Cyrene especially is the one that gets really like flustered by it, but nonetheless they have a good time, and they get closer to each other, but it's really more friendly than it is anything sensual or anything truly meaningful from Tsubasa's side. Tsubasa does note, he's like, "Oh, I feel so comfortable when I talk to Cyrene," but in my humble opinion, I think it's just merely friends. I think the other two girls are ahead of him. Ahead of Cyrene in terms of like their like dating abilities. But kind of the story kind of really sets to like Cyrene trying to find that heart to be honest with herself and be honest with Tsubasa in turn, which I expect will happen at some point for what little that is worth. But the rest of the episode really focuses specifically on Fuyuki. Fuyuki and Tsubasa, they do their class rep duties, putting together handouts that they're going to be giving out to the class the next day. And basically, Tsubasa feels that Fuyuki's been teasing him to get the reactions that she loves out of him by saying really sweet, meaningful things. But Fuyuki, when he brings up like, "Oh, you're just teasing me," Fuyuki's like, "No, everything I've been telling you recently has been legitimately like how I feel." And so then they walk home from school really late one night. It's already dark in Hokkaido. And basically Tsubasa's kind of minding his own business. And Fuyuki stops and says, "Tsubasa." He turns around and she's like, "Listen, next month is Golden Week, where we're off the entire week for Golden Week. I want you to pick a day. I don't care what day, but I want you to give me an entire day. There's something I really need to tell you. Have a good night." Walks off. And the episode ends. It begins with them talking about the with spring approaching, and it's already April in Tokyo. I'm sorry, in Japan, and in Tokyo, the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. With every prototypical anime, whenever you see cherry blossoms and children walking to school, it normally begins the new semester. In Hokkaido, because it's still cold, the cherry blossoms don't bloom until the following month in May. So you see them beginning to bloom, and you see in the nighttime, Tsubasa look up at the cherry blossoms and says, "Spring is in the air. The cherry blossoms are about to bloom, and my head has never been more clouded in my life." Ends episode.
So I wonder, it's best, of course, she's not going to tell him. It's going to be something else.
I think she's planning to tell him, and then something happens, and she doesn't. Maybe Cyrene by that point finds her balls.
Maybe we will.
Finds her ovaries, I should say.
She finds them. Yes.
Yeah.
But moving on, we are going to Tomazaki.
Low key, I kind of wanted to save Tomazaki for last because I was writing my friends, and there's an interesting dichotomy that we can flesh out if you want to flesh it out. But we can do it now. It's up to you.
That's I already said it. So
go ahead, Matt.
The script is done.
Yep.
It's finally done. That means it is time for rehearsals.
Yep.
Fuka, of course, talking to everyone about this.
Yep.
And Aoi, she says her lines.
They're perfect.
But it's how she wrote her character.
Mm-hmm.
The core of her heart is empty.
Yeah.
And that's what she got out of it. She wanted.
And Tomazaki specifically was like, of course I always said everything perfectly because all she does in life is act, because that's all she is.
Yeah, no one knows the real her.
Yeah.
Even when he's learning from her. You don't know her.
It's not really her.
It's not. She's just doing it because she feels like it.
No, I think she does it because she's genuinely hurt over it. They said, remember the one brother, one sister thing? Yeah. I think that a traumatic event happened. Aoi has shut herself off due to personal family reasons, and that'll be fleshed out, I think, in season 3, where they really it'll be like a crux moment where it's Aoi that has to suffer, and it's up to Tomazaki to fix Aoi because he knows her most. Him and Mizusawa, because Mizusawa loves her. So I'm looking forward to that. But nonetheless, both of them, Fuka and Tomazaki, realize like, hey, this really isn't her. She's just one giant fake act. They call her fake by very, very nicely, quite frankly.
But what's that? Everyone, like they show bits, doing their lines.
They all suck.
But we get to another thing. Fuka tells Tomozaki that you have your comedy thing.
Yep.
It's like,
So don't
Like,
worry, I'll take over.
basically, she even talks about how much people have grown, that she's the only one getting left behind.
Yeah.
And I like the contrast between her and Tomozaki in terms of reasons they want to change.
That comes up
Tomozaki-
later. That comes up later.
Okay,
But yes, that comes up a little later. But no,
But
she
yeah,
basically, to
basically,
your point,
she's
she said,
doing
like,
this. Yeah, like she wants to grow because she doesn't want to be left behind anymore because everyone
yeah,
else is
she
progressing.
does specifically single out Tomozaki and Hinami.
Yeah.
In terms of their growth, and that comes into play as we said later on.
Yep. So Tomozaki meets Mimi. They're rehearsing, and she does admit, like, randomly, I haven't read the book yet. And they see, this is what I want.
Yeah, but they do read the script and verbatim, and they're like, this seems very rigid. The best parts of comedy are improv. We should leave room for improv.
Yeah.
And then, what's it called? Tomozaki's just in his feelings, thinking about things, and Mimi comes up with a drink, sits down, and says, "Hey, you've got a lot on your mind." And Tomozaki's like, "Is it that obvious?" And she goes, "Yeah, it is. It's not good for you, and you have a girl here that's willing to listen to you. So, tell me what's going on." Right? Not on any sort of relationship shit. She's just actually being a concerned friend. And so then they proceed to start talking about Hinami, and basically Minami also agrees that Hinami Aoi is not her truest self, and they start going more into Mimi's.
They talk about how she's basically afraid to give her advice or even ask for it.
Yeah, because she's like, at the end of the day, I don't want to be number two because I want to feel special. I think Aoi does the same thing so she can feel special. Isn't it an odd dynamic that the two best girls are the two most hollow girls? And that resonates with Tomozaki. Hollow? But when you really think about it, someone that completely acts and isn't their own self, there is a sense of emptiness from that perspective. There's a sense of wanting to fulfill something to make yourself or make anybody else feel better around you. So that is a really interesting introspective thought that is occurring, and that now leads to Fuka
and going back to Fuka.
Yeah, because basically at the beginning of the episode, the script isn't finished. The next day, when what's his face, when Tomozaki goes to school, the script is finished. Tomozaki reads the script. We get the conclusion of the play because throughout the last 3 episodes, they've given us bits and pieces of the play.
She didn't know how to write it,
and instead of there being a dilemma between the two girls that the main character has to pick, the main character ends up with one by default because the other one uses the opportunity of seeing the world to better herself and instead chooses to focus on herself and developing herself. And Tomozaki tells Fuka, hey, this is a tragedy. I don't think we were aiming for tragedy, were we? And basically when it's all said and done, they have back and forth conjecture on the matter, but when it's all said and done, Fuka admits, I wrote this because of how I see things. The main characters in my story are you and Aoi, and at the end of the day, there is there's a idea that I have in terms of wanting to change. I wrote the character as me in essence, and the desire to change and be a better person. They continue to have discourse, and it really brings up a perspective after he has a conversation with Mizusawa about the type of change, like Matt alluded to a few minutes ago, the type of change that Fuka undergoes versus the type of change that Tomozaki goes through. And by comparison, the type of change that Hinami has gone through to be who she is now. And when it's all said and done, it basically breaks down into the change. Fuka wants to change herself for how the world expects everyone to see her as. She's very worldly minded. Tomozaki is more single-minded, more selfish-minded. Not that that's a bad thing in this instance, but Tomozaki chose to change himself for his betterment, for his perception, and how everybody else perceives him. So there's 2 tracks where Fuka wants the world to acknowledge her and wants to live up to the world's expectations. And Tomozaki doesn't care about the world. He only cares about himself and bettering himself to better his life, which again isn't bad in this instance. We don't say that in a negative connotation, but Fuka readily admits that she basically looks at Aoi as a role model because she sees Aoi as the perfect worldly girl that everyone loves. And that's kind of what she models herself as without trying. But the key is that she does this without trying to be fake. She still wants to maintain her self of her self beliefs and her self convictions that allow Fuka to be Fuka, but she just wants to change her worldly appearance to the world and conform to a certain degree as is expected of a character, of a person or personality with that idiosyncrasy. So as we move on to wrap up the episode, Tomazaki basically throughout this conversation, Fuka references a specific book made by her favorite author. Tomazaki literally rents the book and reads it from like 10 o'clock in the evening until 4 in the morning. And the episode ends with him having finished the book and having a self-realization while reading the book that he got a clue to his questions that he had. But what questions he had are not defined in the episode. That will come in the next episode.
Right.
I found this very, very fascinating. This to me, you watched the Rascal series. I thought this was very Rascal-esque, Matt,
Yes.
in terms of the introspective idea of the burdened teenage heart. This was exceptionally done and gives a proper perspective for anybody I feel that has some sort of identity crisis issue in their youth. This truly is an encapsulation of what it's like to find yourself within the universe that you live in, where you want to appease people and you want to make yourself feel good, but you want to retain individuality and sense of purpose of self. And I really thought that the way that they explained those dichotomies was really well done. It took a while. It takes thinking. The average man, I think, or woman that is very like narrow-minded won't be able to grasp and feel what this episode was trying to entail to the degree that it did. You have to really sit there and really psychoanalyze yourself as having, that emotion to pick up those nuances. But I think the way that they explained it and did the way that they did was quite fascinating. And I enjoyed the discourse. It prompted me to think and really sit down and psychoanalyze even myself at 30 years of age, how you go back to how you are now versus where you want to be versus how you were, how you ended up. Like there's so many different avenues you can go from this episode because of introspective realization and trying to come up with that. I loved it. I love this episode for all the reasons you would never really expect a rom-com to hit, but this was so well done to me.
Right. Agreed. All right, we got 6 more. Let's go.
Sorry for going long-winded on that, but I just
that part's justified.
I love that. I just love it.
No, that part's justified.
Loved it, bro.
Dangers in My Heart, season 2.
Great episode.
Very good episode. I probably would have done this at the last rom-com, but we did say we would switch back and forth with Signs. And I gotta laugh at Signs, so
yeah, we're gonna talk about Signs very briefly
because it's only one thing. I had to laugh at the guy. All right. I'm gonna go off on this guy.
Okay, go ahead.
But before that, it's the new school year, the 3rd year for middle school. Ichikawa, he doesn't know if he's gonna be Yamada and all this.
He
first,
is.
Of course, Moeko's first.
Yep. I love Moeko. She's my favorite side character.
No, she's a lot of fun.
She's one of my favorite side characters of the entire season from any show.
Her and Kana.
Kana?
The sister.
Oh, I don't like Kana. She's all right. She's not bad. I just,
Moeko's the real star. I like that she's showcased more.
Not in this episode, but okay.
But anyway, Ichikawa and Yamada, they're in the classroom together. Yay! And they're about to embrace, they're like, oh shit. New faces.
New girls.
New guys.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that big, giant, fucking delinquent looking motherfucker plays into things. That'll be interesting.
I know. I'm curious. But
I'm curious.
Of course, all of Yamada's friends are there, except for one, because Chihiro, because she didn't see her name anywhere. Oh god, did I get transferred? What happened?
Yeah,
No, it was just we just forgot to add her.
and then she wanted to beat the shit out the sensei, and they're like, "Come on,
Nope.
you little fucking feisty fuck!
Yep.
Come on, let's go. Let's sort your shoes out." She was walking barefoot in the class. She's walking barefoot in the school because she's so like upset.
Yep. But what you call it? They're chatting, like they're trying to not be as close because it's a new environment.
We have to mention the two girls' names, but I forgot them. I
The
remember
new
one
ones?
because I wrote her down. Yeah, the two new girls. I mean, Can and another girl.
Was it Kana?
Can.
Yeah, and you're Hanzawa or
Hanzawa.
Yurin?
Yes, it is Hanzawa.
Yurin.
Can. Jesus fuck.
You are why? It's like why you are INE?
Urine.
Urine. Sorry. Okay.
Call her
Urine.
Call her Hanzawa. Don't pull a cornet here. Please don't. We're gonna get. It's bad enough we don't get monetized because of my mouth. Okay, I'm not gonna sit there and let you take more of that because you keep calling a fucking 13-year-old girl urine. Fucking. Okay, Vince. Anyway. Hanzawa. You have Hanzawa and Can. And the big thing around them is that Moeka is friends with them and knows hey, in the other class, because they were part of the other class the previous year, there were two people that were crushing on each other. And both of the girls in trying to get them to be in a relationship because they love relationship gossip.
Kana is a shipper.
Yes. And Hanzawa is all about it.
If she sees them, she will ship them together. Like, let's go.
Let's fucking go. She's like Moeka because Moeka is concerned about them fucking all the time.
Go.
But
we're into what happened in a minute.
so they overhear them talk about how, hey, they threw a big flash mob and forced them to get together, only for them to break up during the break. And that affects Hanzawa, and we find that at the end of the episode. But
then the class is talking, I wonder, are they dating?
Ichikawa and Yamada are they play it cool, they're not doing nothing. And what's it called? Yamada leaves a note on Ichikawa's desk and says, hang around after class in the classroom. So he does. And Yamada's like, here, happy birthday, and gives him a chain wallet, a chain clip for his wallet.
Yep.
And, they're having a moment together. And then Moeka and the girls come in and they hide under the teacher's desk and they start overhearing them talking about Yamada and Ichikawa. Are they together? Are they not? Whatever the case may be. And then eventually they leave and Ichikawa tries to get up. And Ichikawa's chain gets stuck under his shoe.
Yep.
At the moment that he stands up fully, Moeka comes around.
Yep. Because
opens the door.
The coast is clear. Hey guys.
And Ichikawa pantsed himself in front of a Yamada on her knees.
Yep.
Under the desk. Moeka's like, this is the last time I'm fucking covering for you freaks.
Yeah, basically, I'm done. You two are on your own.
Just fuck already. Damn it. What we say in fucking Tales of Wedding Rings. Moeka said that.
Just
I died laughing though. I literally paused the fucking show so I could laugh when I saw that. It was great.
Well,
that was
what you call it? Now they're back to the usual library spot.
Yep.
They're talking about Ichikawa's puberty a bit.
Yep.
How much have you grown? 6 centimeters. And she's like,
Sugoi!
Yes,
I grew 15 centimeters in 5th grade.
No, I was going to go no, that'd be very taken out of context, 6 centimeters. I only grew 6 centimeters.
I'm sure he goes 6 centimeters every night thinking about Yamada.
Yeah, but his voice is slowly altering a bit.
Yep. He's not afraid of it.
Yamada wants to, have her measurement.
Yep.
So she stands up against the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Ichikawa, very close to her, as he's squiggling.
Yep.
And staring at each other's eyes.
Yep.
Do you remember what they said? Or they didn't say
anything? They were caught up in the moment because they both wrote each other's first names. Yamada wrote Kyo, and then Yamada started fucking squealing when she read hers. And It said, Anna, they get caught up in the moment. Ichikawa comes over. Yamada grabs Ichikawa, and they're intertwined in the curtain. And it's a beautiful moment. Ichikawa gets so swept up in the moment, he's going to confess. And as he's going to confess, the curtain blows. Hanzawa is standing right there in front of them. And they're like, oh shit. So they try to play it cool. And then the Yamada's like, what were you gonna say? Ichikawa says, forget it. Like he's turned off completely by the situation.
Yep, like no, it's not a time together. Like, oh, you were there.
Yep. But now, like Hanzawa was so flustered, she left her book. She dropped her book. She's stumbling, hitting things. And Yamada's like, hey, I see your book. Don't worry about it. I'll bring it to her. And after class, the next day, I'll give it to her. Yamada leaves early the next day for whatever, I guess, a model shoot or something. So she doesn't get to give her the book, but she leaves the book on her desk. Ichikawa notices there's a slip in the book, opens the slip, and it's a handwritten note from Yamada labeled to Hanzawa. And basically, she tries to deflect at first their relationship, but there's a couple key points that she says. One of them is that when you get to know Ichikawa, he's a very shy boy, but I value his friendship very much. Ichikawa, because he's so shy, likes to keep things private between us, and I respect that, and I would appreciate it if you would respect him and I's personal space while we continue to develop our friendship and maybe more. And then she goes, eventually with Ichikawa, I want to, and Ichikawa's like, nope, my heart can't take this. I'm done. Folds the note back up, sticks it back in the book, fucks the book off. You're like, nope, I'm good. Don't need to read no more. And he goes to the library. And then eventually the episode ends with basically he goes to the library, sees Ichikawa and Hanzawa talking. And Hanzawa basically, when she reads the note, she understands and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to misinterpret things. I don't want to bother you guys. And then she's like, I just want to know what love feels like. Yep. You know, I did the flash mob with Can, and did I do the right thing? Is that the right thing to do? How are you supposed to act? Is it like more than friendship? Is it simply a continuation of your friendship? Like, what is it? And they see Ichikawa and Hanzawa excuses herself, and Yamada walks up to her really quick and whispers in her ear, like, hey, give me your line. I'll teach you all about it later. And that flusters Hanzawa, and then you see her flustered again. Ichikawa's like, you can't do shit like that, dude. Like, you clearly see.
Yep. This is great.
It was a great episode. I agree.
Alrighty. Sign of affection.
Sign of Oshi's fucking idiocracy.
Yeah, no. Two things happen. I'm gonna gloss the first thing really quickly because it's about the other thing.
Okay.
Basically, we got where we left off. Itsumi has Yuki at his place to spend the night.
Yep.
Watching a movie with the subtitles on, cuddle.
Yep.
Mio does like a video call thing to let Yuki know, hey, I got an interview for you. We
find out she has late onset deafness.
Yep, that's why she talks to the side. Oh, sorry, not Mio, the different friend, but
yeah.
I forgot her name. But anyway,
something with M2, but nonetheless.
But anyway, basically, she talks while doing inside at the same time. Oh, Sudoka. Sorry, that's her name.
Madoka. Yeah, Madoka. And she talks really loudly and she signs at the same time. And what's it called? Isomi is like, damn, that bitch is a chatterbox. And basically, Yuki's like, she had late onset deafness. But she talks and signs at the same time, so she doesn't forget how to talk.
Yep.
Which clearly understands she doesn't know how to talk very much.
Yeah. So Itsumi learned another thing involving the hearing impaired. So like, okay, he learns that shit.
Yeah.
I will say though, Itsumi is a little bit forward on Yuki with the kissing.
No, but to counter your point, as you continue on during that first part of the episode, Yuki stays up at night, and Yuki is flustered, and she texts Itsuomi if he's awake and says, hey, I know I'm spending the night, but is this the same thing as staying over? And we saw, as I mentioned previously, they do kiss, and Matt does make a good point where the fact that he's very forward with kissing and touching, but it's never in a sexual way. And the key
that's fine. I'm just saying,
literally says, like, you're rigid when I just kiss you. all that other stuff can wait. I just want you to be comfortable enough for you to accept and give me back, affection the way that I give you affection. And that clearly is going to take time, but I'm okay with that. So you're good, babe.
No, it's
I
like you brought
great.
that up though, but again, before that, we see like he was like really trying, like guy, like tone it down a little.
No, he's happy. This is the honeymoon stage.
He's happy for once, yeah.
The honeymoon stage is all about like touchy feely, goo goo gaga, like everything. And then, depending on your mindset, developing that sexual chemistry as well. But clearly he understands that he can't force anything on Yuki because
this is all brand new to Yuki. She's basically quote unquote naive to all this shit.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yuki's the equivalent of like a middle schooler when it comes to love.
Yeah. So all this is like brand new, doesn't know shit about it,
and
doesn't know what to do, how do you react.
It's a credit, like I said, to Itsuomi, especially if you want to tell like the principle of what's the word I'm looking for? Consent.
Yeah.
He is 100%, can I kiss you? I want to kiss you, things of that nature. Doesn't ever do anything, doesn't touch her in inappropriate places, doesn't ever like have a desire, at least outwardly expressed in the show of that.
Even when she said, don't touch my tummy anymore. Like, yep, got it. Apologize.
Yeah, immediately.
Yep. No, I said again, I have no problem with that. It's just sometimes how he comes off, but I'm glad he actually like backed up and said, you know what, I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Just like I know you'll one day show your affection to me. I will do it to you. Your own pace. Fine.
It is. Yeah, it is your own pace.
Yeah. Now we get to Oshi, the simp of the season.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, he annoyed me. And
this is worse than Emma and fucking and Shin, which by the way they briefly touch on at the way beginning of the episode. They touch on it very briefly. But
Shin was talking to Nagi.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, so did you tell her? No, why? Well, I was given a haircut, we're having dinner and all this, and she mentioned his name, I chickened out.
Like, don't you feel a certain type of way? Because Itsuomi, like, she loves your best friend. And she's like, yeah, but Itsuomi's Itsuomi. Like, he's hot, he's beautiful, he's a kind person. Like, I get it. If I was gay, I'd love him too.
Yeah, basically. This Ammo's a shallow fuck when it comes to Itsumi.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But they don't talk on that much. The episode truly focuses on that first piece. Yeah, and then Oshi.
He finally talks to Itsumi. It's like, hey, what's your deal? Do you get some kind of sick game, day in the deaf person?
Yeah.
And then Itsumi's just going, okay, I know I got to do this later. Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you, basically. Like, he's trying to befriend him.
He's trying to kind him to death.
Yeah, kind him to death, ask him what his favorite type of bread is and all this. Then, she's just like, what the fuck? No, I hate you. What? Why? Here, come with me. I'm going to wrap my arm around you. I'm going to take you to everyone I know to show you that I'm a great guy.
He talks to 3 different friend groups in English, 1 friend group in German.
Yep, and just regular Japanese. See, I'm a great guy and they like me. Why don't you like me? Tell me why you don't like me. We're good. I'm a good guy. Let me help you.
Yeah, for real.
He's just doing all this. So it's like, she's like, all right, what the fuck? No. We're not doing this. I'm going home. And then so he's like, all right, fine. Meet me here. Meet me at school. 7 o'clock.
Fuck
like,
you. I'm not going to do that.
He goes.
Does it.
And he takes him to where he works.
The bar.
Let's have a drink.
I don't drink.
Yep. And eventually, she has to drink. Oshi asks Izumi about him, like, you know, where he's from and type of thing.
And he passes out after 3 beers. What a lightweight.
And it's like 1 o'clock in the
3
morning.
Miller Lights, no less.
Yep. I thought Izumi just locked him in the store. Like, here, you're locked in.
For real. Get him arrested.
But no. Izumi, he wait for him to wake up. He locks the store. And he starts spilling his guts a bit because he's drunk.
He's super drunk. Like, he's like wobbling, can't hardly stand. He's got his face.
We get the flashback. Basically, why he likes Yuki. Oh my god! And
he likes her because of the fact that when he got to learn sign, he got to like have a personal like.
This is the equivalent of thinking a waitress likes you because she calls you sweetie.
That's a show.
No. Saying like when. Like, you know, like when a waitress calls you like a darling or something like that at a diner.
Yeah, my boss does that. She's a Southern black woman from Georgia, so she's like, honey.
Yeah.
Like, baby, no.
So it's the equivalent of this. Oh, she says sign to me. I got it. I love her. But he didn't get a chance to know her outside of.
No, not that he didn't get a chance. He didn't put an effort to because all he did was bash her.
That's a fake. He only focused on the sign part, but
And he would still talk shit about her, like stupid, idiot, fool.
But I say, like, she is more than this hearing impaired girl. But that's all he basically.
She's hearing impaired. She's not mentally impaired.
I should say hearing impaired. That's all he cared about. Nothing else about her.
The body works the same. The mind works the same. The heart works the same.
Yes, you're just doing sign. That's it. But
the show really went out of its way to try and make Oshi a sympathetic character. I have yet to see one person be like, yeah, I sympathize with Oshi. No,
that's out the window. That's out the window. After that flashback, like, no, that's gone.
He's worse than Emma.
Yeah.
That's close. But he's worse than Emma.
Like, you focused on the wrong thing.
And now you're mad because your girl that you love found a guy that actually went and did the effort.
Yeah, and to actually know her. The sign's a bonus. That's it.
But also, well, it's half full because, like, I feel like if Oshi had properly expressed himself, Yuki might have given it a shot for experience purposes. But at the same time, because Oshi did what he did, Yuki didn't see him in an attractive manner. He was just the childhood best friend that would just talk shit about me in sign. But she recognized, like, yeah, he's got a good heart. He cares about me. It's not just him being a dick, but he's a dick.
Yeah.
But that's also because Oshi painted himself in that light. But to the same degree, I don't feel that she was like, if he was like Ikemen as fuck, like super duper attractive, like Itsuomi, things may have been a slightly different. But because of that, because of Oshi's mistakes, he didn't get a chance to like show that I may not be all looks, but I'm still all heart, I'm all soul with you.
Yeah.
He never felt that until he realized, like, he thought it's kind of actually, when you think about it, it's really insulting what Oshi did. Oshi basically kind of claimed her as his without ever doing so because of the fact that he's like, oh, she's deaf. No one's going to want to be with a deaf girl. I'll be with her when I want to be. I've got her under the bag. I don't have to worry about anything. She's there. Like, it's really kind of like arrogant of him to like believe that. And then now that his arrogance has cost him the girl that he loved, now he tries to fucking feel a certain type of way about shit. No, you don't get to do that no more, bro.
Yeah, and now he's like, fine. I like Curry Brother. Oh yeah, that's right. I did ask you. Oh, we like that too. And then he's like, don't hurt her.
If you make her cry, whether you're with her or not, I'm gonna come after her. And he's like, well, buddy, I don't plan to do that. So you're fucked on your own.
Yeah. That's the thing. We have 2 episodes left. If we don't, I know Emma's next. Like her, like I guess
it has to be because it has to set up something in the finale.
This is my worry, though. It's going to be very quick, I feel.
Let me look up something really quick. It's still releasing. Sign of Affection is still releasing. So there's plenty of opportunity to keep this going.
That's if it warrants another season.
Does it not?
No, it does, but it depends on if they do it. Is this going to be popular enough for them to continue?
If you look at the current rating, it is currently rated at 82%. That's favorable for a second season, sir.
Well, I mean, like, money, like, does it get money back type of thing? They go by sales.
Who's the studio?
Who's the studio?
Never heard of Algido. Never heard of Algido before.
They have done Acceptance of a Bookworm. They've done Revenger.
Revenger was a
Shigoto. Had enough Summon Demon Lord. They do average shows. Okay.
And I know Ascendance of a Bookworm is a big one for them.
Yep.
That's got multiple seasons.
Yep. Overlord has 2 seasons.
Overlord, okay. Like the Overlord, like we watch.
No, not Overlord. How to Not Summon a Demon Lord.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Overlord. I was like Overlord. I was like, that motherfucker got 4 and 1 on 5. And movie.
Well, that one changed studios. For season 2 went to a different studio.
Oh yeah, that's true. But no, nonetheless, I'm pretty confident. I think this is gonna get a second season.
I'm hoping, yeah. But if
Back to your point.
if it is just one season, I am worried that the MFA is going to be very quick now. That is my concern.
I mean, if it is, then we know the clear romance of the season.
Maybe that's even a maybe because we might not even get a confession in Dangers.
No, we're not getting the confession in Dangers. I've already seen a spoiler in Dangers. That happens much later.
Okay.
I think they have to go through at least the full term. I think they go into high school. I don't know exactly the date that I saw the spoiler, but I think they go into high school as a couple, which means that they go through this entire final term. Now, if you want to stretch this out for another season, at least you could do that. So
then it's going to come down to the conclusion at this point. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I will say this before we move on, real quick. This week, Danger's pulled ahead of Signs for me. So currently, neck and neck, Danger's is ahead for me.
That's the thing. The romance aspect, sure, Signs, but I think show is so far Dangerous.
Yeah, I can concur with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Apothecaries.
Yeah,
solid episode.
It was a main goal. It was a request from Locken for the garden party.
Blue roses.
Yep, he wants to see. He swears on God that he has seen them, even though there's like a myth. Never heard of them from these people.
Yep,
this is what he wants.
This is really short. Long story short, they basically pull steam back.
Yeah,
together.
basically, Jinchi
we
wants.
confirmed Gyokyo is pregnant. By the way, we did confirm Gyokyo is pregnant.
Yep, she has a baby.
She's got a baby on the way. She even, it's interesting. A real quick side note to Apothecaries. It's interesting that the Emperor now knows of Mao Mao. The Emperor fully knows who Mao Mao is.
And is impressed with her.
Yeah, and does not hate her at all. So
but we'll get to that in a second. Basically,
I feel like that plays into something. It'll play into something.
Oh, yeah. Basically, Jinshi has asked Mao Mao to look into the Blue Rose, and she kind of figures it was Wacken because she actually asked.
Yep.
So that's why she does this, because she wants to rub it in his fucking face.
Yep.
So basically, makes a greenhouse for the roses to grow quickly because it's out of season.
Yep. Uses the other princess's steam bath to do it.
And she gets exhausted, hasn't slept because she has to produce steam at nights.
Yep. Take them out during the day, cover them from the rain and the winds, etc.
Slowly, they eventually bloom, but they're white.
They're white.
Yeah,
white roses. Yeah.
But we go to the garden party. There is blue roses, and they're like, "How?"
And red, and pink, and white.
What we found out was Mao Mao cut the stems from the roses.
Yep.
And added, put in water underneath, but
in cotton.
Food coloring.
In cotton.
Yeah, in cotton.
Blue watercolored water into the stem, so the stem will suck it up, and the dye will dye the thing. They said also though, it'll dye they cut all the leaves because the leaves turn black because of the dye, because it goes blue and green.
They make it look like it's an actual rose. No one can tell the difference. Why they did different colors. Even showed the Emperor this trick.
And she said that it's a trick that she learned when she used to try and get extra money for the Verdigas house. She learned that from her sisters there.
And then we get to Locken, and he's a dick, wiping his hands on someone else's hat.
That was funny. That was funny.
I know, but he's a dick though. Fuck you.
Of course he is.
Also, we see how he sees everyone. Everyone's a pawn. Yep.
Except for Mao Mao.
Everyone's like a chess piece of sorts.
No, they're all checkers, like Chinese checkers pieces.
But the one has
and then he's like, the best ones are chess pieces. Like he sees Jinshi and Gaoshun, and they're part of a chessboard. But Mao Mao, he only sees Mao Mao. And I think that's mainly because of the fact that that's his daughter. No more.
Yeah, and judging from the preview, they finally get a showdown.
I didn't watch the preview, but nonetheless.
Yeah, they're finally face to face.
Oh shit!
I cannot wait, and that's the penultimate too. So.
Oh shit!
I'm happy.
Still solidly in my top 5. No spoiler alert there.
Yep. Now Freeing and best girl, fucking Yubel.
Yubel supremacy.
Look, I avoid red flags as much as possible, but however,
she can stomp on me anytime. She can stomp on me anytime, pal.
Yes, I will make an exception for this. Basically,
She's your anime Dami mommy.
no, it's not Makima. She's a groomer. No. I forgot who I had was a Diamond Mommy last year. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh man.
Shit, I don't remember now. It's still
We're at 2.5
reoccurring,
hours. How many more we have? 3?
3. Yep, this solo and Ninja. All right, let's get to it. Basically, half of this is Free and Fern still fighting this clone, and the animation for this is fucking beautiful.
Yep. Really is.
But we'll get to that later because we get to the other side. Deccan's group is basically it's time to put their plan into action. They're all split up.
Yep.
Fighting different clones, clay things.
Yep.
They were doing well for the most parts.
Yep.
What you call it? Especially hold on, what's her name?
Yubel.
Lawton. No, before her, Lawton.
Oh yeah.
Because Yubel hasn't met them yet. It's still Denka the other one. So Lawton gets stabbed.
Yep.
By Sense's golem.
Yep. So does the other bitch too.
Yep. And he says, like, look, just retreat. It's not worth dying.
I'm gonna retreat too. So they both retreat.
Yep. So Lawton is out while her girlfriend / rival is still in.
Yep.
Denkin sees Denkin eventually he sees shit. I didn't make it in time.
Yep.
And fucking Yubel and Four Eyes, Yubel's like, So the Manga that says again, she's so powerful, like no one can be like, I can.
Bullshit!
Like,
you can't beat her.
I got this cutting spell, like, but it's a basic spell. It's like, right, but I don't.
Yeah, so it's automatically better than what anybody else can do.
Yeah,
and then we see Sense. Sense has a flashback
to when she met Yubel in one of the exams.
The second class
exam. There was this one guy who has never been touched.
He's a first class mage. Got
never took damage. Nothing.
He's got defensive cloak of like God, was imbued with so many defensive spells, no one can touch him. Yeah. But there's a caveat. The test was if you can make me stand back, like if you force me backwards one time, you pass. Nobody did it. Yubel comes up, walks right by him,
cuts him
clear in half.
Kills him. She's like, "Oh, I cut you deep."
If you kill him, that was another thing, a caveat. If you kill me, you're disqualified. So she gets sent to the principal's office, aka Sense's office, and Sense is like, "Why'd you kill him?" And fucking Sense kind of just went on like not a tangent, but she kind of like danced around the reason why she was able to kill him, and that was because of this cutting spell. Anything I imagine can be cut, that I deem cannot be cut, you know. And so what is a cloth? His power was a cloak of a defensive cloak, but what is a cloak? Cloth. What happens with cloth? You cut it. Have you ever cut cloth, Sense? No, I never have. My sister taught me to cut cloth, and it makes a nice sound when you cut it. And therefore, if cloth can be cut, so can a cloak. Doesn't matter if it's imbued with so much defense. Anything else? No, that's it. Go. And as she's leaving, Yubel goes back to Sense. By the way, you have beautiful hair. How is it to maintain that? She's like, it's such a pain in the ass. I don't even want to think about it. And as she says that statement in the flashback, we fast forward to Yubel fighting the clone. She cut that bitch clear in fucking half.
Yep, killed the golem.
And literally Sense is like, out of all the girls, out of all the mages that are here, I know I could never beat Yubel.
Yep.
Savage.
Yep.
Savage.
Now we get back to Freedom Fern, back and forth. Even
and it's literally like worlds colliding. This was, I'll tell you what, Matt, this won an award. I don't need to tell you what award it won, but for me, I think it won an award.
Yeah. Also, like they do the powerful spell. It's like it got the clone of Freein got cut, and she gives Fern this death glare, and for the first time, Fern felt an emotion, fear.
And as soon as she felt that fear, gravity, like none that she's ever faced in her life, hit her, smashed her against the wall, had to have broken ribs or vertebrae, completely splintered and shattered her fucking
Her staff.
completely destroyed. But that allowed Frieren to come,
Yep.
blow her away. And
Yep.
after everything's all said and done, Frieren goes to Fern and was like, well done. I haven't had to use that move in 80 years. Matt,
Yep.
what happened 80 years ago during
The
that
Demon
time?
King.
That's probably what she used to defeat the Demon King.
Yep. And she
Fuck.
goes inside. She goes into the treasure dungeon, breaks the glass to make them stop resurrecting.
Everything disappears.
Whoever survived, passed.
Yep.
They all go into the room. Tells them all. Next test is later on. So where is Friggin?
Fucking trapped by a
Mimic,
mimic.
"Ah."
It's so
Also,
dark. It's scary. It's scary.
There was 3 of them in there, and 2 of them were disappeared. So she fell for it 3 times. Ah. Fuck.
And the episode ends very curiously because you see the golems and they're healing the people that didn't pass, and somebody comes out with a golem and they're like, "Who are you?" End episode.
Yep.
And there's like you have to pause it at the right time. You can get like a little silhouette of something, but we don't know.
I am sad that there's 2 episodes left.
And this isn't one that'll probably get a season 2, I don't think. Or will it?
No, well, it definitely will, and they're also making a prequel.
Ooh.
So we're getting the adventures.
We're getting the Demon King destruction, probably.
Yes.
Oh man, this is fucking this is what Mushoku Tensei wishes it could be.
In this, yeah. Hell,
love
someone said it in the Facebook group that it was the perfect anime. Frieren is.
Why is that?
That's right. It's everything you want in an anime. You want the adventure. You get some fan service. Sure, it's subtle. You get the comedy. It's not forced. You get the action when it calls for it. You get a fantasy set that's not an isekai.
Animation's superb. Musical composition is really great.
The writing's great. They take their time with it.
Yeah,
That's why
it is, and it makes every crescendo that the story hits, all the peaks are stupendous, and the valleys are never true valleys. They're just down. They're down moments to collect your breath, not a valley of like, fuck, this sucks. You can't say a single episode has sucked. Not one.
And even when not a lot happens, you still learn a lot from Frieren. At the very worst episode of Frieren is a nice watch. The very best episode of Frieren is anime of the year contender. It's anime of the year contender. Yeah.
This has to be anime of the year contender when it comes
up.
No,
it definitely is.
It has to be.
It's crazy if it's not for anyone.
For sure. For fucking sure.
All right. Co-main, solo leveling.
Great episode.
Yes, we would have closed with this, but we're going to give it to Ninja Kamui because it's going to carry over and it's going to be its only time, basically.
And Matt caught up. No, it may not be its only time, but it may not be its only time.
That's it.
I have a feeling when the finale hits sometime in like mid no, sorry, not mid.
If nothing good happens, we'll see. Yeah,
I think it'll close with that.
But and plus, I know Solo's gonna have another fucking banger with how this ended.
Oh yeah.
Basically, we're getting to the dungeon. Jinwoo's group. There's 3 tunnels.
Yep.
Basically, they split up.
Yep. Jinwoo manages to recognize the bosses in the left, and then everybody else. The criminals take the far right, and then the everyone else, the 2 other guys that were part of the original mission, they took the center one. Yep.
And on the other one, it's the prisoners with the guard.
Yep.
Trying to figure out his name. Kang. We'll call him Kang. His last name's Kang.
Kang the Conqueror.
Yep, basically. So Kang basically says, you know what? This is a good time to kill them.
He basically says, hey, I know you guys are enjoying killing these goblins. What if they were humans? And they're like, it's the same shit. Okay, good time to kill you.
So this was going to happen. You guys got killed by a bunch of goblins. We mean die.
Yep. And then we get a flashback to before the mission happens.
Yeah,
and we saw this. Yeah, we saw this previously toward the end, I think, of like a couple episodes in the past. And basically one of the fathers of the victims is like, hey, those 3 guys that you're going to be chaperoning, like they raped my daughter. My daughter committed suicide, And
so I want you
after a
to
few
kill
more
him.
missions, and they give him 3 billion won, right?
Yep.
Which I think is the equivalent of like $100,000 or something like that. It's really
Yeah.
not a lot.
Corrupt
But
cops all around.
yeah, nonetheless, he's like, okay, so he kills them. However, as he's killing the third guy,
The
two guys,
adventurers, yep,
Yep.
they saw it.
yep,
The witness is like, well, I gotta kill them because they weren't supposed to see that.
nope. So he does.
Then we get the Jinwoo's group. They see blood. Like, what the fuck?
They hear a scream first, then they see the blood as they rush
Yeah,
over.
here group. They get there. They see 2 dead bodies. Like, what the hell happened? And of course, fucking Kang tries to kill the healing girl.
Yep. Jing Sun, whatever her name is. I got it.
Juhi.
Juhi. Yeah.
Yep. But Jinwoo found it, caught
That's
it.
it.
And basically, Jinwoo was gonna fight, but the other guy says, "No, I got it. I need to make up for
Yeah.
leaving you guys." I believe it was I think his name is Kim. Tongue-cheek?
Yeah, it doesn't come up here on the character list. On the full
I'm looking at the oldest.
Oh wait, no, I have. Oh, never mind. I got the full character list here. I just gotta click on it.
Yeah.
Chi Yul, Song, call him Song.
Guang Song? Okay.
Song. So you have Jinu Song and Chi Yul Song. So you call him Chi Yul, you call him Song.
Okay.
Chi Yul, call him Chi Yul.
Right. So Song is like, you know what? I'm going to fight. And he only has one arm.
Yep. He does okay, and then eventually gets his ass kicked.
Yep. And then Jinwoo
saves his ass.
Yep. And now the thing comes up. Kill target.
He's like, all right. He's like, I was gonna kill you because you're a piece of shit, but now the system's telling me to kill you. He's like, the system.
He's like, and it's like, oh, I see. You've had second resurrection.
Yeah, you had a reawakening.
So they, oh, okay. Now I guess this is something that has happened before.
Yeah. I bet you anything had happened with the girl. The girl, the S.
Yeah, maybe. I
bet you it was her. Yeah. But nonetheless.
We got a great action scene, the back and the forth.
The guy pulls out his ultimate move, which is stealth. Still can't fucking. He gets him down, and then fucking Jin was like, I don't give a fuck. Heal, maximum strength. Boom, heals. Fucking. Keep battling.
Kang just as he's defeated, he just looks up at him like, this man's a fucking monster.
Yeah, and he has a good quote. He's like, if you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss stares back. And he's like, because they're even shot. Chiyul and fucking Jihi are like, they're shocked when basically Jiyun basically says like, yeah, this isn't my first time killing somebody, and he's like, oh, you've killed, I can tell, and they're like, oh, he's killed. And then it was an interesting point that Chiyul made. He was like, hey, he's like, what happened to Jinwoo is not just through training and wanting to get better. He's had a bunch of really fucked up things happen to him since that dungeon, including that dungeon, and he's a broken man. He literally sees him and his like key, and he's just a shattered shell of what he used to be, and that's why he's the monster he is now.
Yep.
So, but then in his parting death, Kang is like, yeah. He's like, don't worry. He's like, your path is only going to lead you to darker and darker and darker things, and you're just going to keep losing yourself until you become a fucking soulless murderer like I am. Death.
Yep. And they're like, oh shit, now what? Basically, they have her gonna.
Yep.
But the guy says, oh, I beat him.
By the way, Jinwoo goes and clears the fucking thing by himself. Clears the dungeon by himself.
They're like, okay, like basically, you guys get out of here. I'll take care of this. Now they were like.
By the way, also as a reward for killing Kang, he gets his ultimate maneuver now, stealth.
Yep, that was good.
Pretty badass.
But yeah, after he clears the dungeon, they make the report saying he dies. Like, oh, so who killed him? So the guy volunteered himself. Like, I did it.
Yeah,
self-defense basically.
And the guy who we're talking about is the other detective, Jin Chol. And Jin Chol is like, that guy was the best of the B tiers, and this like C tier with one arm beat him. That's sketchy. And then they're like, oh, you have a healer. Oh, the healer helped you. Okay, that makes sense.
You know what? Okay, sure. And like, all right, the E guy, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a decoy for him to get it open. I see that. It was a free on
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah, and he said 3 hours later, the guy who paid fucking Kang to kill him, he confessed that he paid him to kill him. So now they have the confirmation that the three of them acted in self-defense to save
Yeah, I like
themselves.
that Jim was like, you know what? I'm not going to fight him because he's an A rank.
Yeah, he did say that
okay.
too. He's like, I can't fucking beat his ass. He's an A rank. Like, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Yeah, like,
but then,
he knows his limits.
Yeah.
Even though
Chiyu,
he's powerful.
Yeah, and that's really nice introspective. Chiyu was nice though. Chiyu was like, hey, he's like, consider this, since you not only saved my ass before, but you saved my ass again. Consider this me hiding the fact that you're OP as fuck. Consider this me repaying you for the dungeon.
Yep, all debts are paid.
And GU want the girl. She wants to fucking give it up to him. You can tell.
Yep.
Make a baby with me.
Yes, but no, I love this.
This is I'm really happy that now people know his secret and are keeping his secret for now. They're keeping his secret. That's what I always hated. That's one of the things I hate about Eminence and Shadow is that he's so OP, but nobody knows it. Like I would like somebody like of significance, not just like the Shadow Garden. Like I want somebody like of significance, like one of the princesses, his sister, somebody to know how fucking stupidly OP he is.
Right.
And now we get that at least in Solo Leveling, which I love.
But no, great episode. It's time for the main event. Ninja Kamui.
You are all caught up, Matt. What do you think?
It's like John Wick with ninjas with a bit of sci-fi. So
yeah,
I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's the fucking shit, right?
Yeah, I thought that you're here for the action. It's a revenge plot, sure. They're fine. This is what I wanted from Gate of Ruin.
Yeah. I mean, no, there's comedy too. There's appropriate comedy.
Yeah,
and
but
there's lots of gory death.
It doesn't feel out of place.
It does not feel out of place. The gory death, though, is what sets it apart. Literally, just mounds of dead bodies sliced the fuck up.
Action's fantastic. I'm really much enjoying this.
It's brilliant. I've been here since day one. You took a second, took a couple weeks off, and then now you.
Yeah, there's like, you know what? I actually have time. I may as well start.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm kind of glad I started early. Now I could catch up when it's over. So
okay, so realistically speaking, it's not going to count for our season. Where would you put it if you could?
Well, I'm only 5 episodes in.
If you could grade it,
like an actual grade right now.
No, I'm talking about on your like winner rankings.
Oh,
would it not rank because it's
so okay?
That's what I meant.
Probably would have put it. As of right now, 6 or 7.
I'm putting it at 5.
Yeah, it's not a top 5 show for me, but it's pretty close. It is pretty good.
It's but 5 or 6.
But it's what I have for a top 5. I cannot constantly put it on there.
Sure.
But it gets close, so it hopefully has a better chance when we grade it in spring.
I mean, we're gonna have 5 anime to choose from.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very hard. It will be hard.
That's what she said.
Yeah, exactly. But for the latest episode, Victor would like the with Logan going face to face on the other side of the barrier against Zai. And Zai tells him, Logan talks about like what happened basically. Like, well, yeah, you broke the code, so you're gonna die basically.
Yeah, it's set in stone.
Basically, I can't help you.
Yep.
You're on your own, buddy.
You're fucked, pal.
Yep. I'm trying to think. Hold on. Mike gets details. He use the details from Emma to locate Jason Cardenas, which is. And
Emma tells him though, like, hey, like the brass knows I'm helping you, so don't contact me unless you're like about to die. Click.
Or like when it's basically when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he finds the former Auza member. Auza. Yep. His attempt to infiltrate the city, but what do you call
it? Caught.
Yep. It's an ambush.
Basically.
Yep. While that's happening, Logan, he's doing this thing. He's hacking. He's slashing.
Yep.
He gets to the top of the building, and he sees these machines, like these suits of armor.
Yeah, like 3 mech type fucking fighters.
Yeah, who was the guy controlling them?
The fucking pervert, the midget pervert.
was like the blonde hair guy, something like that.
He's a midget pervert. The midget pervert's the one who was controlling them.
I know, but I'm trying to think of his name.
Who cares? Just call him fucking pervert coon.
Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay, sure.
No, here, I'll give me 2 seconds. I'll fucking find it. Give me 2 segundos.
Is it Mike? No, it's not Mike.
No, I can tell you right now. I have the list up. Lil. His name is literally Lil. 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 He's a midget. It makes sense.
But anyway,
he's a gay midget, no less, too. Gay perverted midget.
But anyway, he's controlling these cybernetic suits.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, he's trying to fight as best he can. He's got his ass kicked. Like these things are like programmed to fight to match his skills, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And it's a fucking ambush.
Yeah, like I said, the guy must have like broken limbs, a fucking preformed bowel, fucking 3 broken fucking testicles. Like he's fucked.
He collapses on the floor.
Yep.
He says Yamaji's name.
Yep.
Because he wants to get to Yamaji.
Yep.
But who saves him?
The pink mech.
Yep.
No idea who it is. Must be somebody in the mech.
Also, Zai was there too.
Yeah. By the way, did you talk about how what's his face? Mike got ambushed
when they went to
Mike and Jason, they got ambushed when they're in the middle of their hacking because they basically got caught hacking, and they end up in like a high-speed chase, and Mike is trying to call Emma, no answer.
Yeah,
and then eventually they get run off the road.
Yeah, it's for the company named Bound for the identity manipulation.
Yeah.
Because what you call it, Auza is buying identities of people.
Yeah, and Emma's name is on there.
Yep.
So I have a feeling Emma's got something deeper going on.
Yep, and I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. Yeah, so basically,
she has ties to them in some way.
Yeah, Mike and Jason get run off the road, and then we don't know what happens to them. That's TBD.
Yeah,
because this happens as the battle is happening on top of the city fucking HQ.
I think Emma is the pink robot.
I don't think so. I think Emma's got a darker fucking reasoning. I wouldn't surprise me at all if Emma turns.
Yeah,
would not surprise me.
What you call it? Zai was there too.
Or you know what will be a crazy plot twist?
The wife,
Mike's wife,
maybe
that left him.
That's possible.
That would be wild because we get a flashback. I think it's in the episode prior to where Mike is just reminiscing on the fact that fucking he chose his career over his wife. And he basically sides with Gidon, which is Logan. Matt saying Logan, but his name is, I think, Gidon. And he basically sides with Gidon. He's like, you chose your family over your career, but I chose my career over my family. And my daughter's dead. My wife left me. I'm alone. So that was really.
But yeah, it's Egan.
Egan, sorry, yeah.
But Zai helped Egan escape while the pink robot got him to safety.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed we get the Zai and Higan fight. I was actually looking forward to that after the last episode.
Yeah. I had asked Starman, because he's the one that watched it very first. I asked him, I was like, is that like when the scene when at the beginning where they're caught between the laser wall, is that a ode to Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace? It felt like it to me.
I don't know. Are you talking about the ray shields or? Yeah,
the ray shields when they're caught.
I think that was episode 3 too. They did that with Grievous.
They did that too. Yeah, I think whenever I see the ray shields, I think of episode 1.
Okay.
And you see fucking Obi-Wan going against fucking Darth Maul.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also fucking wild that he was doing that. Logan was avoiding all the security, but got ruined when a drop of sweat hit one of the lasers.
Yep.
That was crazy.
I mean, that's what's crazy is how fucking close it is when you think about it, you know?
Yeah. But I'm enjoying this. I'm excited to know who the pink robot is.
This is a ride.
I'm all in for the action.
This is a great ride. And it's just if you love gory fucking death and solid plot, welcome to Ninja Kami.
Yep. You can catch this on Adult Swim at midnight or wait till the next day on Max.
Mm-hmm. I watch
available both dub and sub.
We watch it. No, you're watching it in dub, right?
I started dub because I didn't know how to switch it.
Yeah.
But I found a way to switch it because it wouldn't give me the option. But eventually,
Yeah,
I
you figured,
switched it.
I showed you. You have to admit, I showed you.
Yeah, I switched it. I switched it 5 minutes in.
Because our favorite male VA in Japan,
fucking anime is the main man. So like, okay, I have to.
Yep.
If he wasn't, I would have done it in dub because it was like
Same.
they were in the US. So
Same. I mean, it's literally an Adult Swim fucking show. It should probably be watched in dub. All things considered.
yeah.
And it wasn't the worst dub. It's better. Is it better dub to me than fucking Rogue
Rouge,
when Rouge was?
Yeah.
But still.
But I enjoyed it very much.
I want to switch back to dub just so I can hear the black man with the fucking tall afro. I want to hear what he sounds like in the dub.
Hey, boy, you can do that once we're out of here.
Yeah, right.
But closing thoughts for the week.
I'm happy that winter is coming to an end so strongly.
Yeah, we got about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks.
We got 3 weeks, so that puts our finales in April, first week of April.
The awards our seasonal awards will be on. Hold on, let me.
Are we doing the same thing for 4 people 2 days?
No, the year is 2 days. If it's just season, it's just 1 day.
Okay, so we're picking one, or are we gonna get both of them, or what?
Yeah, we'll get both of them.
Get both of them,
or they're both free. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
full cafe staff.
Yep. Yeah, full cafe staff. It's gonna be a 2-parter, obviously. One for the Rouge review, and for the awards, and then part 2 will be the top 10 along with our
cakes.
Yep.
Yeah,
our watch list. But yeah, April 4th will be award season.
We can't even call it cakes no more. We got something special for you guys.
Cafe awards. Yeah, we are keeping some. We're keeping some cakes for certain things.
Yep.
But we will be getting cafe menu items for certain categories.
Yep.
So cannot wait. But guys, with that, the cafe is closed. You can follow me on Twitter at DemonPhoenix12. You can follow him at Showstopper24. Follow our Twitter at Otalku Cafe Anime. We have also follows Instagram at Anime Daisuke24. Follow mine at Vincent_Cosplay. We also have a link tree for listening to your favorite podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Amazon. If you want video, you can look up the replay on YouTube at W2M Network's YouTube channel. We also want to thank Sean for being our editor. We want to thank Chairshot Radio and W2M Network for hosting us on their platform. Follow them at W2M Network and at Chairshot Media. Always use your head. Until then, we will see you either next Wednesday or next Friday, depending on if we're caught up.
One thing, Matt, before you close. We have had a consistent number today. The most number that we have ever had.
Yep.
32 people currently are watching the end of this show.
Yep.
I have a feeling, like I alluded to, I think it's because we mentioned Toriyama. For the 31 people that one person just left, thank you very much.
Yep.
But for the people that have stuck around for the very first time for this show, thank you so much for being our audience today. We hope that we engrossed you enough in our banter and our back and forth to have you come back for more. If you came specifically for Toriyama, we hope we did that topic of discussion justice. Clearly many of you stuck around to hear the rest of our show. So from the bottom of our heart here at the Otaku Cafe, thank you so much for being our audience, for being the highest number that we've had thus far during our live stream. Cannot thank you guys enough, and we hope to see you guys again very soon. In the coming week or so. If you don't know, Matt and I record once a week. I am a little bit less consistent when it comes to being here because my life gets in the way of watching shows. So if I'm not here, you'll have our staff members, Chris or Starman, here, and they're wonderful, wonderful co-hosts to Matt as well, and they'll do everything that we did today justice, and in a lot shorter of a time as well.
Yeah. But until then, guys, we'll see you next week. Oh yes, to me, and good night.
Sayonara, minasan.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When the sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you. But still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face. But hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice. But it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come back.